morning, people. It is Friday. It's our favorite day on TDA. It's Friday, the 4th of November. Welcome to TDA the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. It is a special day here today. It's a very special day. We'll tell you why after the introductions. But I'm your favorite shade queen, Martin Royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst. And of course, the melanin is jam-packed.
All right, always. But it's also your birthday.
It is.
It's the woos, I get it. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good, man. It feels good to be 28 again, you know. So.
Oh, you're such a bug. Would you know it's your birthday? I won't do a Brent. I'll let you have the moment.
Thank you.
How'd you feel? New year?
Yeah, I feel good, man.
Feeling good? Feeling blessed?
100%.
Is there anything what did you learn about your last year?
Ooh. I wouldn't say I necessarily learned anything new in terms of my perspective on life. More so reminders.
Okay, yeah.
That life is short. You know what I'm saying? Life is short. And also just take every opportunity, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a word.
Do not lead with fear. Lead with love.
Ooh, I like that. That's a bar.
Yeah, man.
Love to see it. And you're going to move into your new chapter.
100%.
With that in mind.
100%.
Love it. How are you doing?
I'm all good, man. Can't complain.
Because you can't, it's your birthday. I realised men don't really make a big deal out of birthday. Because when E-Man came in, I was like, oh, happy birthday. Hugged him. Brent was like, happy birthday, mate. And that was it. That was just it.
So what should I have done?
I feel like
Tips.
I thought you'd say, happy birthday. Did you send me a birthday message? You didn't, did you?
When he's not in my presence, yeah, I do. Can you vouch for that, Manuel, or am I lying?
That's debatable.
No, it's true.
Okay. So I would have thought you would give him a hug.
Ah.
Because it's a birthday. I wouldn't dropped in some prayers. So I just think...
You're Christian. Brent is a bit...
Have I
a bit
ever hugged you,
skewed.
Manuel?
What?
Have I ever hugged you?
Oh, you said you guys ever hugged?
In spirit.
Oh, this is nasty. What do you mean? So, do men not hug each other? When's the last...
Sometimes,
I've
yeah.
hugged my brothers before, but I'm not sure if it's ever extended. I don't think I've missed him too much.
To hug him?
To then see him again and then embrace him.
But then you embrace me every day. Actually, wait. Just in case you're... Wait. He hugs me every day, that's what I mean. Because Brent, you know Brent, how he is with his words. It has to be so dramatic. He could just say hug, it's like embrace. So yeah. You hug me every day.
I am not sure if that is the same thing.
Why is it not the same thing?
I'm trying to basically come up with a...
Because I'm a woman, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to put myself in issues, but I don't know if it is that's the same. But
Okay, because I do think that with men though, men are more... I think they're softer with women than they are with themselves. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they are.
rightfully so, no?
Sorry?
Rightfully so, no?
Rightfully so, I do think men need to show each other some more love. It's the little things that helps you guys know how to then communicate with the women you're romantically involved with.
Sorry, show men more love, right?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting it should be one way? It should look one way? It should look like how you women show other...
No. Because I think everyone receives love in different ways. But I think if men like kind of told each other how much that just I love you, bro, and hug and stuff like that, I think that is I just think it's a healthy thing. Because I do believe men have emotions as well. I don't think men know how to express those emotions well enough. And I think kind of just being softer, like just being just softer with each other, I think it will help your gender go a long way.
Honestly, right? So you have, this is obviously a hypothetical.
Yes.
Yeah. You have an MCM, and
Why is that hypothetical? Because I'm single now.
huh?
You're in friends. Damn. Go on.
No, this is hypothetical.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
saying,
Put
why is
yourself
it
in-
hypothetical?
Yeah. Oh, why?
Yeah, he's saying
Alright.
shots.
No. Shots, yeah.
Okay.
We go to that.
We're
Alright,
not going to
cool.
do that.
So you have a man,
Yes.
and you're about to marry this man.
Yes.
Like he's ticking all the boxes, and then you see him in the midst of his friends.
Yeah.
And each time he greets them, like he's proper, like, you know, feeling them up in a hug. Not feeling them as in gripping them and thing, but just embracing them and kissing them on their cheeks and whatnot. and then saying, I love you.
Wait, I didn't say kiss him on the cheeks.
All right, let's remove the
I
kissing
didn't
on
want
the
him
cheeks.
kissing women on the cheeks.
Let's remove that, right? Each
Okay.
time he sees a man,
He hugs them.
basically hugs them.
Mm-hmm.
It's that deep agape hug.
Yeah.
Like way that he hugs you.
Okay, you can't hug me the way they hug them. That's never possible because he can't even hug another woman the way he hugs them. I just think I wouldn't have the ick or anything like that if I saw my man every time he saw his friends hug them. I don't think that's a bad thing.
All right, fair enough.
I love it. I think it's a good thing. I think society really forces. What was I reading yesterday? I can't remember what it was, but we were talking about how like society forces men to be strong. Oh no, it was Stormzy. It was something Stormzy had said, and he was talking about how growing up, like being masculine was for you to know that if you got in a fight, you win, and if you did this, it was centered around like violence and kind of aggression, and yeah, that just had me thinking. I just thought if men should be just a bit softer with each other, let each other know that you love each other, because men do have emotions and go through these things. We've spoken about it on here where I think a lot of men don't know how to express how they feel, and it comes out in wayward ways for some men. You didn't open the door.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? It comes out in wayward ways for some guys. That's how you got some guys who are very aggressive and do the most. Thank you. Oh, Brendan's hugging Yusuf. Because I'm out here trying to promote men hugging.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Iman's birthday, and I hugged Iman, did everything.
Did that look weird to you?
Happy birthday, mate.
Did it look weird to you?
No,
Esther?
it didn't. It made me really happy.
Sorry, how about you?
No, you just when he was being set up.
I enjoyed it still.
You say you enjoyed it still, okay? I think it's good. I think it's healthy. It's a good thing. Yeah, I think more men should hug each other, because that was good. It was just a nice hug, like good morning.
What about
The dab. That's all right too, but
shoulder touch? Is that fine?
yeah, but that's you still trying to be masculine. Sometimes just a hug,
Should we
just
not continue being masculine?
Sorry.
Should we not continue being masculine?
Yeah, but
What it is,
hugging doesn't make you feminine.
Dicks might touch. That's the reason why I'm gonna do it.
Oh.
Well, good morning to everybody. Good, that is. Do you know what? I hear it.
You hug 2 times, like, oh shit, what's that?
Do you know what? Fair enough. Because even when you just hug there, I still was a little, and that's fine. You can incorporate that. That does make sense. Women do love an embrace though.
But if your man like gets in a fight and he gets beat up, you ain't gonna see him the same way again, are you, Esther?
Yeah. Do you know? It really depends. It really depends. I'll be honest with you. You know, some women have a fear of the man waking up one day and deciding he wants to rap, wants to be a rapper. It's a real fear for some women. For me, my 2 fears is my man waking up and deciding he wants to grow his hair out, and also just see my man in a very stupid fight in which he loses. It's just the circumstances of, obviously, if he's defending my honor or whatever, that's cool. If the person is visibly smaller than you and you lose the fight, it's just an awkward drive home. It's just orcs, like. But no, more men should hug. How are you doing, Yusuf?
Alright, man. Happy Friday, guys.
Happy Friday.
It's your boy Big Man Yusuf, Mr. Rotations.
Not you do the intro. 20 minutes after all this had happened. It's crazy, man. But let me see what people are saying in the comments.
But I can't
know
hear
you'll have to come for me.
Yusuf's mic
Alright,
loud
hold
enough,
up.
you know.
Let me just check.
I love saying this. Oh, Kevin said girls love saying these things, but they wouldn't find a man attractive. Trust me. They said nice guys finish last. Okay, let me dispel this rumor. People love to say that girls love to say these things, but you won't find the guy attractive. Trust me, it's not a universal rule. It's not a universal rule. The nice guys definitely in this day and age are not finishing last. If you got sauce, anything can fly. If you got sauce and you kiss your boys on the cheeks, it'll fly because you got
face cheeks.
as in face cheeks.
Okay.
Wow, we don't be eating ass over here. But no, yeah, do you get what I mean? So this whole thing about girls say these things and girls won't find it attractive. First, it's not universal law. If you're an attractive man, you're an attractive man, and there's nothing that can make you unattractive in the eyes of whom finds you attractive. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But what else is there? A lot of happy birthday, Iman.
Thank you, people. Thank you.
Hold on,
Very
is the mic
reserved.
on now?
Yeah.
Alright, now.
Someone said, what's the number? It's pins. Men or boys, this stuff you're saying we grow out of. You'd be surprised. Fenton strikes me as someone who is very mature and very. I like his views. I really Fennon in the comments.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I really like his views. He's very, very.
He's not a girl.
There's a guy.
Oh.
I hope so.
Oh, he's a guy.
Yeah, I like his views on stuff. He's very progressive with the way he thinks. And I think for me that shows that you don't have to be masculine to have problematic views. But no, Fennon, not all men grow out of these things. No, not all boys grow out of these things as they become men. Women love men that can be feminine at times. There's a difference. Yes, that is a word. What else is there? Hugging my brother. Look, I'm not reading that one out. I guess cancelled. Kevin said it's a majority rule. Stop the foolishness. I always find it funny when men tell women what it is that they're attracted to, even though the women are the ones that are involved with the dicks. It's very funny to me. Very funny to me. But all right, as you were, Kevin Thompson. Men telling men they love them is beautiful. Exactly, Gin and Gist. But anyways, we get into the show.
Let's do it.
Everybody ready?
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were on topic of the day or something.
It's the intro.
Oh, I thought this was the topic of the
No,
day.
it was the intro. It was burning on my heart to talk about, so I had to let the spirit lead. And I think I've done my good deed for the day. I hope to see you guys hugging more men. And yeah, to men hugging. Let's get into our first headlines.
So it seems like Suella Braverman may be in a bit of trouble, man. So the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, is facing a potentially major court battle over the safety of women and children at the Manston Centre in Kent. Details of the first legal case were released by lawyers as she toured the overrun facility on Thursday. The action, which is at its earliest stages, alleges that ministers left a woman in egregiously defective conditions. If the Home Secretary does not address the allegations, judges will be asked to hear the case in full. The Home Office said it would respond to the claim, but would not comment publicly on legal proceedings. In the complaint, lawyers tell the Home Office the woman bringing the case comes from outside of Europe, and she was taken to the Manston facility last month. Manston was set up as a short-term holding facility with no overnight accommodation, meaning officials cannot normally detain anyone there beyond 24 hours. Instead, the woman was held there for 3 weeks. She's now been released after the Home Office permitted her to go and stay with a family member. Jamie Wilson, who's the deputy director of the charity, said, "We have taken this action out of serious concern for the welfare of thousands of people, including children, still being detained at Manston for periods far beyond legal limits. We're calling on the Home Secretary to declare that anyone held at Manston for more than 24 hours is being detained unlawfully. We are also asking that the Home Secretary allow access to the facility for organisations qualified to provide support in immigration detention settings." And the next headline takes us to Israel. Remember, we were talking about the elections.
Oh, yes.
So the Israeli Prime Minister, Yair Lapid, has congratulated Benjamin Netanyahu on his victory in Tuesday's general election. Mr. Lapid said that he had called his rival to wish him luck and tell him he would ensure an orderly transition of power. Mr. Netanyahu's Likud party and its far-right and religious allies won 64 of the 120 seats in parliament, according to the final results that were released yesterday. It marks a dramatic comeback for the former Prime Minister who was ousted by his opponents 14 months ago. The result also ends an unprecedented period of political deadlock that began in 2019, when Mr. Netanyahu was charged with bribery, fraud, and a breach of trust, which he still denies. He remains on trial with the next hearing on Monday. After exit polls projected that he would secure a majority, Mr. Netanyahu told Likud supporters that he would set up a government that would look after all the citizens of Israel without exception, because the state is all of ours. We will restore security. We will cut the cost of living. We will widen the circle of peace even further. We will restore Israel as a rising power among the nations. Mr. Netanyahu did not mention political coalition partners in his speech, but they are expected to include religious Zionism. The inclusion of religious Zionism in the new government would alarm many left-wing and centrist Israelis, as well as Israeli Arabs, who make up a fifth of the population. It could also strain ties with the Palestinians and Israel's Western and Arab allies. And that's the end of the headlines.
Alrighty then. Let's get into our topic of the day. What you saying?
So today's topic of the day, again, like most of the topics, start off answering whatever way you guys see fit, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, does modern life give us more freedom or less freedom than in the past?
Is this in the doc?
Yeah, this is the same one. Well, the doc has got the same ones yesterday. Isn't it?
Oh, no. You know, it is the top heading is the same. I just haven't
Okay.
changed that.
Oh, okay. So one more time, please.
So does modern life give us more freedom or less freedom than in the past?
Definitely. Do you think I'd be on this platform if I was in the past? I'd be cooking for my husband and my 10 kids.
Okay.
I think
Elaborate.
modern life definitely gives us more freedom. Maybe sometimes a bit too much freedom. But yeah, I would definitely say modern life gives us more freedom. When I think about women, where women have come from, what is expected of women, I'm even still, going against certain traditions that's getting me pulled up in family functions. So yeah, definitely have more freedom today. And the older generation are very quick to remind us of how much more freedom we have today. But yeah.
I think it depends on what we're talking about. I think a woman would say, yeah. I think obviously with surveillance and CCTV and, restrictions and all that stuff, I feel like, yeah, we live in an age where there's more freedom, but I feel like at the same time, we are being watched a lot. There is a lot of red tape. So there are a lot of restrictions as well, isn't it? But we do live in a more of a free world at the same time. You know what I mean? I feel like you could get away with a lot more back in the day because, no social media, less surveillance, less cameras. Like, for example, when I think of the 60s, it feels like a more of a free time.
You sure?
In terms
what
of,
country?
well, America comes to mind first. Just in terms of like lifestyle, what people were doing. You know what I mean?
You say free time?
Free, as in free to kind of just express yourself, do what you want, kind of thing, innit? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So just you mean in modern life? Because you remember what was happening to black people in the 60s?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, obviously that's one particular
big
nuance.
cunt.
innit? Yeah. That's why I said it's subjective, isn't it? If we're talking about racism, then if we're talking about sexism, like what are we talking about? But in totality, you know what I mean?
Okay, so would you say you were just maybe more free in terms of less responsibilities?
Responsibility. Nothing. Responsibility has always been the same, really.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not conveying my point properly, but I feel like this question is very subjective.
Do you think it's more so like I get what I think you're trying to say in terms of there was less. Do you feel like there was less pressure from all angles? Like you could. I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to say.
Because when I think about it, actually, even modern day, it doesn't actually allow everyone freedom. Because when you think of some societies where you can't, for example, like be openly homosexual, they're not free. So yeah, I think I don't think modern day necessarily comes with more freedom. But in certain societies, modern day does come with freedom. Some societies still hold on to like their traditional back in the day values and beliefs.
Okay, so basically in different areas, there's more or less it sways basically.
Yeah, like modern day is reflected differently depending on the society.
But you yourself, right? Considering yourself personally, if you were here compared to let's just say, 8
Nigeria.
years,
Oh, okay.
like in the past, right?
Yeah.
Do you yourself feel like you got more freedom?
I definitely feel like I've got a lot of freedom. I definitely feel that. I definitely still also, when I even compare it to where I'm from originally, I have more freedom here than I think Nigerians do. Like people that live in Nigeria do. Yeah, I think, I definitely have more freedom, I would say.
Okay. In terms of, let's say, freedom to think, right? Certain thoughts and stuff like that. Do you feel like you got more freedom?
Yeah, I can think whatever I want to think. Can I say whatever I want to say? That's another conversation. So I think everyone's got freedom to think whatever they want to think. You can think however you want to think. However, it's what you're saying. But then again, actually, you can think whatever you want to think. If obviously there's stuff that's fed to us.
Exactly.
But
that's basically where I'm going.
What's in my brain doesn't just compromise of what is fed to me.
Yeah.
So I would say that I have more freedom to think whatever I want to think. Because there's some people who they don't have the luxury of being able to have other life experiences and other access to different knowledge and wisdom and whatever else to make them think the way I think, where I don't just, you can't just tell me something and that's all that's going to be in my head. No. Do you get what I mean? So I am understanding that not everyone has that freedom for different reasons. But yeah.
But at this point in your life, do you feel like you've had a lot of experiences to kind of inform the way you think?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like you've had enough experiences?
We will never have enough experiences because we're going to go through life. Like I will never have, even when I'm 50, you ask me this question, I don't think I will still, I just think life is so unpredictable and you just learn so much as you go along that I don't think that having any experiences can set you up for good for life. It's a continuous journey. Do you get what I mean?
So, okay, so saying that then, do you feel like any thought, any position that you have, any belief that you have is open to change over time?
Yeah, it is. So
anything?
Not Jesus though.
Okay. Besides,
outside of my faith, no. But anything, yes, because when I think about like, I'm in a space in life now where I am literally, everything that has been taught to me, that I've been socialized into, that I've been conditioned, I'm in a space where I've been questioning everything for like the past 2 years. I've been questioning everything. This is why my whole thing about, like I'm rethinking so much that's been fed into me. And yes, I would say yeah.
What about you, Lisa?
What's the question?
Do you feel like you could be swayed in terms of, well, it depends on if you believe what Esther was saying, in terms of like, do you feel like you've got enough experiences to kind of inform all the thoughts you have? And what I basically wanted to go with, right, is say you've got a particular position right now, the way you see life, right? Do you feel like you've had enough experiences to justify thinking that way?
Yeah.
And if not, are you open to learning more that could potentially change those particular things? And is there anything that you believe right now that you think is impossible to change?
It's a lot of questions in one. First question, do I believe I've had enough life experience? Yeah, I do. I feel like I've had enough life experience to, stand in my beliefs, but I'm always open to learning. So I'm not saying that I can't be persuaded or, taught new things to make me open up my mind to different perspectives, different ways of thinking. But everything up until now, everything I've learned and experiences and all that stuff, I feel like I'm walking in the right path, basically. But I'm always open to learning new things.
The reason why I asked that is because Esther said earlier that we are free to think.
Yeah.
And it's not like what I'm being fed is what makes me think the way I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's also down to my experiences and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. Does your experiences, which kind of inform the way you think and how you live your life, trump the things you're being fed?
It's all mixed in together, isn't it? Life is not just about experiences. Life is about information.
Yeah.
So we're being told information that you take it in. It's all in one pot in it. Experiences, information, lessons, you know what I mean? Teachings. It's all in one to me.
But what do you think's had the bigger impact on your way of thinking?
It's hard to say because both are part and parcel of life, innit? Like, you don't go through life just experiencing things without learning things, innit? We go to school, you know what I mean? So to say which one trumps the other, I would say maybe experiences, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe experiences.
What about you, Esther?
Um,
I'm coming to you next, but
the thing is, you also get lessons from experiences. So are you talking about, facts that I'm learning in school about the world, or are you talking about life lessons in terms of, okay, cool, I went through this experience, now I know how to deal with this? Like, are we talking about both?
it's both. So but basically your experiences that you've gone through, like you said, like life lessons, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Maybe traveling the world, interacting with people from different
Yeah.
races, relationships, things of that nature.
And by lessons, we're not talking about academia, are we?
No, you're going to compare that. So basically all those experiences, you're going to compare it to the academia, to stuff you've read online, to books, to things people have said to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I was definitely separate academia to life lessons.
Yeah.
Because to me, they're in two separate categories, isn't it? But have I been taught anything life-wise by, I don't know, elders, friends, peers, even just, you know, stuff I see in the media and stuff like that. I would put probably my life experiences above those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Brent, how do you see it?
All right, so you ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
What's the first one?
Do you feel as though you, in terms of thinking, right? Do you have more freedom in the way you think now compared to how you think it may have been in the past? And the past could be however far back as you want.
As it pertains to my faith, yes.
Okay.
As it pertains to what I believe I'm allowed to say in public, no. And I guess that is because I've grown, matured, I've changed the way I think, so I changed the way I speak. But I'm still conscious that certain things I believe, if I said it in public, I would be judged, scrutinized, maligned. But other than that, I do believe that we are encouraged to express ourselves, even though the repercussions for expressing yourselves have tightened or grown more dangerous.
So is that a trick then? To weed out people potentially?
Depends on like how you're looking at it. If you think that social media has been made in order to pull people out of themselves or get them found out, then cool. But I don't see social media like that. That's not how it is. I perceive social media. I think it's just a happenstance of the creation of this particular communication tool.
And how would you kind of, like I asked Esther and Yusuf here, how would you kind of weigh up what informs the way you think? Experiences, what percentage of life experiences compared to what you've been fed?
Early stages of my life, obviously, it would be what I've been fed, and I'm happy to say that I think for myself, no. I think past 16, I think 16 was when I decided to start questioning a whole set of things and ideals that are being placed on me. So I would definitely go for experience in the more welcomed part of my life, which is my adult years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking, but I think mine will be that it's what I've been fed. Because I think the years of me, I've had experiences and stuff. I think the years of me actually exploring life for myself outside of what I've been taught or I've been socialized into, blah, blah, that's a more recent thing than anything. So I think even like I've had life experiences, literally I was young. However, is the influence has been more what's been fed into me than myself. Do you get what I mean? So my thinking, the way I do now, and all that kind of stuff, and me questioning so much, the stuff that I've thought about, but it was never strong enough to battle out what it was that was being fed into me. But now it is. So now that takes precedent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess in terms of the reason why I ask those questions is because in the past, for example, we had access to, generally speaking, access to less information.
Yeah.
Right? Less things that would, I guess, be on your table for you to read, to hear from. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you interact with less people, for example. You may only have interacted with people in your community, unless you had the funds to kind of branch out. But that wasn't the norm. Today, you could jump on the EasyJet and go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, if today you have more access to more information that's coming from a variety of different sources, right? Some information, as we know, is being labeled misinformation. Some information is being labeled conspiracy. Some is basically just dark information that you're not allowed to tamper with, right? So that means there's certain things that can come to you, that's allowed to come to you. There's a filter,
Yeah.
right? Can we all agree with that?
Yes.
Cool. Then the information that you're getting is allowed to come to you, right? of course, you can pick what you believe, this, that, and the third. But I guess that what I'm trying to say is, are there not systems in place, right, to kind of control the limits of your thinking?
I believe that 100%.
And if that's the case, why are we more free today if what I think is what I have access to?
Because I think when I compare, again, for me, because I'm a woman, it's difficult for me not to put, like, when I think of freedom, not to put being a woman first.
Okay.
And so when I think about what it was like for women before me, this is what essentially they were kind of fighting for. Of course, the fight isn't done, but I'm definitely in a better position than they were. And I think even when it comes to things being hidden from us and all that kind of stuff, I don't know what I don't know. Do you get what I mean? However, what I do know is that I feel freer than other people did. I think even with social media, I feel like I think even with information, it would have been harder back in the day than now. 'Cause I think the internet, if you do your diggings well enough, you can find some things. Do you get what I mean? So I think even with that, like, that even shows we've got more things in place that allows us to be freer, even more free if we want to be free. If we're going off the hidden, information narrative. Do you get what I mean? Because there are people who know a lot. And again, for different experiences. Like one of my uncles, he fought in the wars and stuff. And I believe that he's seen stuff and has had access to information that a lot of people in society don't. Because sometimes when he talks, I find it very interesting when he talks about certain stuff. Do you get what I mean? And again, it's because I know that he knows certain stuff, but it's not stuff that you can necessarily go out and share with everybody. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, I don't know if that answers your question.
Okay, what about you, Yusuf?
Again, what's the question?
Just in terms of, you know how we were talking about there being a filter, right?
Yeah.
So that means, I guess, we can somewhat surmise that the information that you do get is allowed to be given to you. So if, I guess, one can question, why is this allowed? And that means there's some other things that's not allowed. Are our thoughts really free? Because you're giving me something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
that's
only pertaining to when you're reading information or hearing it. When I'm alone with my own thoughts, I'm free thinking. When I'm alone with my thoughts are a combination of everything I've seen, heard, lived through, right?
Yeah.
So I'm cultivating my own conclusions, my own ideals, my own philosophies based on everything I've taken in, experienced up until this point. That's my own free thinking. If I'm reading information that someone else has written, then that's me taking in their information. So it's both.
Yeah. This is why I asked you, do you have enough experiences? You see what I'm saying? Because now
but in what particular facet of life?
Just generally speaking.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, with certain facets, I don't. But in totality, if we're thinking about the same thing here, just about life and our philosophies and our moral standards, I'm not talking about, again, academia stuff. Like, I'm not talking about history or maths. You know what I mean? Then yeah.
Okay, but I guess you were kind of saying this before anyway.
Yeah.
That the two kind of merge.
Yeah, I
anyway,
think they merge.
Yeah, because the reason why I say that is because wouldn't some of your experiences, right, be you would make certain conclusions about your experiences because of what you learned from academia.
I guess so.
You know what I'm saying? Because all of us will say, look at the struggles that we're going through, this, that, and the third. You know, it's because I'm black, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Then academia tells you was in slavery.
Yeah.
There's colonialism.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it mixes together.
It mixes together. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, we have some experiences, but a lot of the thoughts that we're taught, a lot of the thoughts that we have, which are kind of a result of what we're taught, one could argue are not necessarily your own. It's not free, so to speak, because it's passed through a filter that's been.
But if it's the truth, then I don't have to combat it. Then I don't have to push back on it if it's the truth.
How do we know it's the truth?
The truth. Well, what's the truth?
Do you get what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Yeah, but there's certain things we just, if the evidence is compelling enough, if the evidence is there, then the evidence is there, isn't it?
This is what I'm saying, because none of us do field research, so it's based on what we're told.
Yeah, but in life, are you going to go through life researching everything you hear, like, and everything you're told, and like when you're presented with evidence, especially evidence that is, you know, old, like we can't go back in time and do market research and ask people. You know what I mean? You just have to, certain things in life, you just got to take the evidence as it is.
But then my question may be, is our lives not worth doing the research?
But who has time?
Is it worth it though? Is your life worth it? Depends
what it is. But who has the time in our day-to-day lives to be researching every facet of information that we're told? We haven't got the time for that. We're just going through life, working, sleeping, eating. We ain't got time. Because there's no time, you just got to take some things, innit? You know what I mean?
Okay. And I guess...
Give me some examples. A couple examples, Emmanuel.
Of what specifically?
About what we are fed and what we just take. Because I do believe that what we care about, we look to investigate further. I don't think it's a case where we just idly just accept everything that's given to us. I think the things that we question, the things that don't sit right with our spirit, our logic, our reasoning, we look to test it. With whatever method that is, whether it's going through virtual or digital means, trying to find information to prove our hypothesis, or whether it's the physical sense, going to libraries and whatnot. It just depends on what it is.
Varies.
So, give me an example.
Off the top of my head, let's just let's start with religion, for example. So, okay, say you're a Christian now, right? You may not interrogate that particular belief system because, like, no, this is my belief. I believe Jesus is God, this, that, and the third, right? But then maybe something within your belief system, like going to church, and the whole topic of tithes, right? You may say, okay, you know what? Why do I give tithes? Why do I do? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like there's certain things that have been accepted, and sometimes we just don't investigate those particular things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not necessarily saying you kind of investigate the entirety of Christianity or your religious belief system, but certain things within those belief systems, would you do the due diligence? You know what I'm saying? Let's just say you're a Tory guy, right? Tory supporter. Would you look into, for example, the racism in the party, even though, for example, you support all the policies that come with being a Tory? You know what I'm saying? Or Labour, for example, and vice versa. You know what I'm trying to say?
So I guess it's what ends justify the means type of thing. In that Tory example, if the party benefits you and whatever it is you're doing, you don't really care too much about finding out whether they're racist or not. Like, it's inconsequential. Is that what you're saying? It depends on what matters to you.
Exactly. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Okay. In terms of, let's just say, because we touched on speech, kind of, right? We spoke about that quite a few times. In terms of like land and movement, in terms of interacting with people from different worlds, would you say today we have more freedom than before?
Yeah, because you can interact with people from different facets of life on the internet at the click of a button. Travel is a lot more accessible. So yeah, for sure.
Is it definitely more accessible, travel?
If you got the money for it, you can go. But there is but the means to, the ability to
the ability to travel is definitely more advanced than it was back in the day.
Yeah, well, when we got the means, that's a different conversation.
There was times whenever you had to travel by ship, bruv, taking you a week to get somewhere. Now you got planes, innit?
But try and put aside the ability to, right? Because I guess with life, technology, we're always going to get more ability than before. That should be the case anyway, right? Rarely does something go backwards, right? Yeah, really.
So you would think.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but anyway, rarely, right? So in terms of your access to those particular things, the average person. So today, for example, if you're an average earner, how many trips can you go on, right?
Where can you even go?
Where can you go, right? Do you have the money to sustain enough time in that particular new place you want to go to?
But then this conversation,
can you leave your job?
But then this conversation is about money, then, really, as opposed to
it's still modern way of life. Because the reason why I say that is because it's not necessarily just about money. Because the thinking part of it is not really money, right? The whole are we free in our thinking? But in terms of movement and interacting with people, which kind of influences your experiences.
You mean the desire to interact with people and seek out new people from different walks of life? Or are you talking about just the ability to go? Do I have the money and the time to go? Versus, do I want to go? Do I want to explore the realms of Ethiopia?
Not necessarily want to, because it's more so about if you're allowed to. Sorry, not if you're allowed to, but if you have access to. Because we're talking about does the modern world allow for this more than before? You know,
does the modern world allow for free traveling and free thinking and free whatever?
Yeah.
More so than back in the day.
Yeah. Remember, I'm not talking about the ability, the fact that, for example, there's more planes now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, given our circumstances, living in this modern world in 2022, are we able to do those things more than we could back in the day? So, all right, let me give you a quick example. Let's just say I lived in America, right? Or back home, for example. You have to, you just about got enough money to afford a car, right? You're driving through certain tolls, right? So you're paying for the toll gate fee.
Yeah.
You're paying for fuel. You're paying for all these different expenses. Back in the day now, you maybe just take your rucksack and just walk. You know what I'm trying to say? So you can get from here to here. Yeah, it'll take longer, but maybe the expenses.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's about money, and it's about, are you talking about restrictions? Because
all of those things, it's part of the freedom.
If I had to drive somewhere,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, back in the day, I wouldn't walk to somewhere, because the distance is the same. So why would I walk back in the day? So that walking is a barrier. If you're saying, if you're saying I got to go through a toll and to get to point A, then that means point A is hours and hours and hours away. So I wouldn't walk there. That's a restriction because it's far.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So nowadays we can go by car, by plane. So the access is easier.
Yeah, but again, like you're saying, in terms of the economic situation of the average person today, does the average person have what it takes to be able to afford those things to actually go from where you are to point A?
The way I see people travel online, I'll say yeah. I'll be like, rah, again? Your way again? So I'll say yeah for sure.
Okay, cool. So generally, you guys would say the modern person has more freedom than they do back in the day.
I would say yeah.
Do you feel like, because Esther kind of touched on women, right? Do you feel like men have more freedom?
The men have more freedom. I think the freedom's there, is whether or not men want to take it, man, and they want to step out of their masculine toxic shell. The freedom's there, just go for it.
Elaborate on that. What do you mean by that?
Like freedom to, like Esther was saying, man. You can hug your brother, you want to hug him. Why don't you want to hug him? You know what I mean, the freedom's there. You're allowed to hug your brother. You don't want to because you don't think it's manly. The freedom to hug your brother is right in front of you. Take the opportunity and hug your brother. You know what I mean?
Do you feel the same way?
Question.
Do you feel like men have more freedom now than back in the day?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Do you think we live in more of a... Do you think society now is more toxic and hyper-masculine than it was back in the day? Are more things acceptable now? For example, if you look at sports, back in the day, it was very taboo for a gay footballer to come out. Nowadays, it's more acceptable. So the freedom is there. It's more acceptable nowadays than it was back in the day.
I guess so. In some areas, I don't necessarily believe there's more freedom though, like in that particular area. To be honest with you, because people could, for example, say certain things, make particular types of jokes. Now you're being censored for particular jokes. You know what I'm saying? So yes, if you're gay, for example, you can now be an openly gay rugby player, openly gay football player.
Yeah.
But now everybody can't make a joke about that. You know what I'm saying?
So now everyone can't make a joke about it.
Yeah, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
Yeah, but then that serves that person then.
Serves which person? The gay person.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So let's just say there's one gay footballer in that team. The 10 people now have some level of freedom taken away from them because of that one person.
Which is what?
What do you mean?
What freedom have they got taken away from them?
I can't even speak my mind. I
About
can't joke.
Why would you why would you want to joke?
No, because just like any other thing, like it's not necessarily a malicious joke about being gay, for example, or being sensitive or whatever. But men joke in particular ways, women joke in particular ways.
Yeah, but
remember, it's a joke. You're not trying to be bad.
You know
So don't take it to the.
I think with certain things, I think if you feel like I've got a gay teammate now, I can't make certain gay jokes, then you're in the wrong, in my opinion. So I don't even I'm not even giving you any grace to be like, oh my God, you've got no freedom now to make your gay jokes.
Yeah, a joke is
You know
funny
what I mean?
to the person who it doesn't affect. Because when I was talking about it the other day, I was saying how so it was like the word spaz,
Yes.
and I was talking about how obviously now you can't say that word because it's essentially insulting to people who are disabled.
Yeah.
And then I was saying, and I was talking to my friend, I was like, this was a proper word in school, like this is a proper slang in school.
Yeah.
And I was like, it makes me imagine how it was that people who then were affected by those words felt. Then I started thinking about other words, like even like with the F word, when it comes to like the people used to insult like gay people.
Yeah.
And I thought there would have been people in these spaces consistently hearing these words and it was affecting them and we didn't know.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I just found that very fascinating. But yeah. I think with the men's one, I can't really speak on the men's one because I don't know. I think that the idea of women working as well is a benefit to men because back in the day, the men were like the sole breadwinner. And I just feel like that's just draining. I can't imagine being the sole provider of a whole ass family. Actually, then they are single parents. But yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
I can't really speak on the men's situation. I don't know what men were struggling with. I don't know how men have been socialized and stuff like that. Like, I still think that to an extent, I still see men in bondage to how it is that they've been socialized and how it is they've been conditioned for how it is that they're meant to be men. And I think for me, that is reflected in suicide rates. If I'm being honest, I don't think men are given the grace and the allowance to be human. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, so then
so
maybe-
I don't know if men are really free.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Because
Are
I
they,
think,
they don't know if they're free, but are they freer? I mean, because the question is not are they free, because we can
They were
say
freer though.
we
I
can
don't-
say that men are never free. No, I'm not even combating you. I'm just saying, are you saying men are not free, or are you saying that men are less free than they was back in the day, or more free?
Because I can only think from the perspective I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I don't think men are freer. Because
Okay.
I still think that in terms of the way that men are socialized, in terms of being a man and
Yeah.
and like all that stuff,
Yeah.
all the masculinity stuff, for me, it still looks the same as how it was back in the day.
Yeah. To me,
So I
as-
think,
No, go on, go on.
Yes, so I think that's the only thing that I can relate
Yeah.
to when it comes
Okay,
to men. I don't know what that you lots of other struggles have been that you might feel freer to date in, if that makes sense.
For me, just from interacting with men throughout my life,
Yeah.
I definitely feel like men are freer now. I see a lot more men who are expressive, compassionate to their fellow brother.
Yeah.
Just like you said earlier, but even just small things like giving each other a hug, telling each other that they love each other. For me, in my personal life, I definitely feel like if I'm comparing, obviously I'm not the oldest guy in the world, but just school days or college days, whatever, I definitely feel like men now, what I see is more free than back in the day.
That's good.
That's
then.
just my own experiences, you know what I mean?
That's good.
I think it's a good point, by the way. I think it's the type of men that we can basically kind of focus on, because
Yeah.
there's certain men who would feel as though they are allowed to say or do less because their previous way of thinking and doing things were absolutely wayward and can't get away with it anymore. Again, that's a particular type of guy. But then you have men who are now allowed to love other men openly. You have men who are allowed to become women. You have men who are allowed to basically express themselves in whichever way they want to, which wasn't possible back in the day. So I guess it just depends on the type of man you're talking about.
Actually, that's true. That is freedom in itself, actually.
Yeah. Okay. And the last thing before I guess we wrap up here is just in terms of being who you are as black people, do you feel like you have more freedom than before? And I don't mean in terms of your interaction with other races, with our own people.
As in like black to black.
Yeah. So for example, let me elaborate. So in the same way, for example, we may criticize someone like Kwesi Kwarteng, right? And say, oh, he's not my type of black. If you thought like him, would you feel like you have less freedom than before? Because it's almost like if you sound a particular well-spoken, for example, you've got some black people who criticize you. You know what I'm saying? He's not for men's. He's not this, that. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like that person's freedom to be who they are in and amongst themselves, other people like them, is kind of restricted. Or no?
No, I thought, is everyone looking at me for the take?
Yeah, I thought you go first.
I It's hard. It's a hard one. I don't necessarily judge someone if they articulate themselves in a particular way or speak well. That's to me. That doesn't define whether or not you're black or white. That's good speech, isn't it? And I promote good speech. It's more so in what you believe and what you say. Like when Kemi Badenoch said she didn't believe that slavery existed, or what was it? Racism existed. What was
Institutional racism or something like that.
Yeah, that's more me looking at you like, you know, you're
on crack.
Basically, you're pandering. I don't judge black people who go to private school or, you know, live in Surrey or have horses in their backyard. You know what I mean? It's more so about, do you relate to black people? Are you pandering to white people? Are you almost separating yourself from black people and acting like you're over there when you're not? Your skin is black.
But you see what you said? You said acting like.
Yeah.
So it kind of implies he's one way, but he's trying to be like something else. What if that's just his reality? He just has black skin.
The reality is what? That you're a white man with black skin?
No, that you're a black man, but your family are well off. There's generational.
No, but remember, I just said that. Yeah, but that's wealth is money is money. I'm not. Remember, I just said I'm not talking about how you act. I'm not talking about where you live, where you went to school, money. Listen, I want black people to be rich.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge a black person because their family's rich. It's more so what I just said was, are you separating yourself from the black plight, acting like it never happened? Oh, racism?
Yeah.
What's racism? You know what I mean?
But I fully get what you're saying. But a lot of the time, do you feel as though, even you yourself, right? Do you feel as though you give black people that grace? So, for example, would you have done some research into Kwesi Kwarteng's background? I'm not saying you condemn Kwesi Kwarteng as one of those sellouts anyway, but you know what I'm saying? Would we do enough research to say, you know what, this guy is actually from ends, but now he's acting like this particular way? Or do we just see a well-spoken black man who don't get normal shape up and things like us and say he's one of them?
Do you know what it is? For me, it's about what comes out of your mouth. So whatever comes out of your mouth, when Kemi said what she said, I thought, okay. Some things people say, and it kind of shows what side of the fence, what side of life they're living on. I don't have the capacity I don't have the capacity to look into each person's background that says something foolish, because I would never have time to be productive to do things for myself. So for me, I'm someone who maybe that is being judgmental, and quite honestly, I stand in there. I don't think I'm going to change my ways. If you say something stupid, or if you say something that I don't agree with, and it's something that I see, you say something that I don't agree with, I don't care enough to listen to anything else that comes from your mouth. So with Kemi Badenoch, I don't care what else she's got to say. Kanye West, I don't care what else has got to come out of your mouth. What's her name? Candace Owens. Do you get me? So for me, it's that. I don't care to look at what your background was like, and it doesn't affect me. People's opinions doesn't affect me that deeply for me to want to disprove the theory that I've come up with in my head. If that makes sense. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
Do you get me? So
go back to what Brent was saying. If you don't care, then you don't care. I don't care to research Kwesi Kwarteng's history.
Yeah, and I think also with like black people, like it's impossible for all black people to think alike. I don't want all black people to think alike. I think that's so boring. I don't want anyone, even all women, like it's impossible for all human beings to think alike and to all be for the same thing, because we've all had different life experiences. So if Kwesi and whoever else and whatever people in that kind of bubble, if they think how they think, that makes sense because of their life that they've lived. And I think how I think, that makes sense for the life I've lived. You think how you think, makes sense for the life you've lived. So I think the initial question was about whether we see freedom with black people. What was it again?
Do black people, I guess, in and amongst ourselves, have more freedom to be ourselves?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I think you can be whoever it is the hell you want to be. But yeah, I would say there's more freedom to be whatever you want to be, because I think people who are, you know, who come from a different class within black people, they're not ashamed of that. In the same way, people who are may meet someone from a lower class can meet someone who's from an upper class, and they're both black. The person will be like, "You're not about to make me feel embarrassed for how I'm feeling," and the upper class will be like, "Well, I'm not about to stoop to your level." Do you get me? I think people sit in wherever they want to sit in. I think I would say there is, even amongst ourselves, I would say there is more freedom. And I think people just gravitate to who they relate to more. Yes, there might be judgmental comments and whatever, but that happens in life. But they just people just do whatever they want to do. I do think there is more freedom to be. Like, I don't think there's no black guide that we're all following. So everyone really will be whatever it is that they want to be.
Yeah.
Given their experiences in life and all the other factors that play into it.
Okay. Cool.
With me, I don't really care about black people and the class system. I mean, your circumstances and your environment shapes who you are 100%. But when it comes to seeking white validation or the white gaze, that's when I kind of draw the line. That's when it is I say, okay, I'm going to judge you. So a person like Kwesi Kwarteng or Badenoch, if they are upper class or middle class, there are black upper class and middle class people all over the world. That doesn't mean that you're not black.
Yeah.
But if it is that you are now seeking white validation and it's to the detriment of black people, then that's when it is I judge you. That's in my head. Are you focusing on the comments right now?
No, I'm just reading.
Oh, okay. I hope
Yeah, I
you're not
think.
focusing on the
Yeah,
comments.
what Brent's saying is kind of.
Somebody's moving a bit wild in there.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it?
Big up Mohammed Abdi, man.
You say Marvin
think-
Abbey.
I think
No,
I
Muhammad,
thought you said
Abdi.
Marvin Abbey.
Muhammad would like to see. No,
He's
sorry.
sending some shots at me.
Wow.
Would you like to see his picture?
Let me read it. Let me see.
Yeah, why not?
Brent always
Yeah,
loves
it would be
the.
nice, right?
Brent
Make
loves,
it-
Brent loves
make-
the. Oh, he wants to see the picture.
Making comments like that would be nice to see your picture,
No, he's
Muhammad.
sending shots. He's sending shots.
I
at
would
me,
like to
man.
see your
What's his
picture,
name?
Muhammad.
Mohammed Abdi.
Because when you're
I
saying
like
stuff
Mohammed
like
Abdi though, man. So it's alright, man.
That's nice.
Jokes is jokes, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, jokes.
Not sensitive, man.
You're
Yeah.
better than me. I'll block your ass.
So what's he saying? What's the joke?
You sending the shots for my hairline, man.
Read it out.
No, why are you
Why
doing
do I have
that?
to go
No,
and
but
look
I'm
for it
saying
though,
you're
man?
saying it's jokes.
No, because it's jokes. I even spoke about this like when I first got my
Listen,
haircut.
Please, let's-
the M is a natural part of progression. Even me, bro. I've got a little M too, but it's a small M, lowercase.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Once I get the capital M, boy,
You gotta go bold.
hats and bold, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if this guy Elon is saying that everybody who basically types on Twitter needs to have their picture up, but I'm for that. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
But they could
for
just,
real.
you just catfish people there.
No, it needs to be verified. No, because you
I
just
don't
throw a
know,
picture
you're
up is
telling
just
me.
one thing, but it needs to be verified.
Yeah, like with the whole passport thing and everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that to be on social media. That's wild.
What?
What are you gonna do? We'll like scan our IDs.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
You guys don't think that's weird? To use social
Not really.
media?
Yeah.
What,
Safety, innit?
and so, yeah, but where's all that information going? Who's
Same with-
storing all these IDs and people's identity, people's passports and stuff like that?
It's just like when you go to a club, for example, you show an ID and they scan it on the computer. Where did that go?
That's
Database.
different. I'm trying to A. I said that's different. I'm trying to A. I'm not doing passport and license picture because I want to tweet. I hope Cardi B has a great day. The heck?
Oh.
He says he's on a new app with my pic. All right. Well, Mohammed, I hope you're cute.
Yeah, Kevin, Brent loves to try to call people out on their looks. You better not be fat. 100%. People get brave.
Let me
saying
check.
mad stuff.
So he's on a network here. Let me check. I will be you know me, I like to give you guys some tea on.
Yeah, let me see what Mohammed Abdi
Yes,
looks like.
Mohammed.
Because he said it, and then people were like, come on, it's his birthday. And he said it again.
Oh yeah, on your birthday, you know. That's rude, you know.
He said it again. He said, Iman has to see this.
Yeah. Big man.
Are you cussing man on his birthday?
And it's like he's watching and it's disturbing him. He can't rest.
Who?
Mohammed, he's like,
Oh, yeah.
he's watching. He can't focus.
Yeah. Mohammed, darling, I'm not going to let you do that to Iman on his birthday or any day. But based on what it is that I've seen,
Oh, wait a minute.
you might want to.
Some said that he has the East African pushback. No, that's not what I said.
Well, Mohammed.
No, that's what Kelly23 said. That he has the East African pushback.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. All I'm going to say is I think everyone is beautiful and the way God created them. Mohammed, Mona.
How old is he?
Why? Where's his picture? Let me see.
Okay.
What was it that Ross does? Ross is like,
Mohammed Abdi looks about 19 or 18.
Let me see.
No?
Younger.
Younger than that.
Mohammed is sneakily using social media, bro.
Mohammed, bro.
Mohammed.
What's that? William?
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Nah, see, but again, I just see it as jokes, man. I'm not sensitive, man. It's all right, man.
Yeah, but
Are you
do you know
part of the
what,
community?
I don't think it's about. Sorry.
Yeah,
if
he
he's
is.
part, if he's part of the community,
He is,
then
he
it's
is.
all right. It's fine, man.
He is.
It's not all right. Do you know what? No. It's fine. That's Iman's rules. I promise you, if you come for me, I am coming for you and everybody that you know. That's Iman's rules. That's fine. Not on this side, boy. Not on this side at all. Big up Lana. It's also, she said happy birthday, Iman. It's her daughter's birthday as well.
Oh, jeez. Happy birthday to your daughter.
Chijoke said that we're dragging the community live.
I ain't putting no picture up.
We're dragging people that want to be dragged.
No, pull it out, man.
Nah.
No, but the picture is already in the community.
Well, they will go join the community to find out.
Yes, that's true.
Join the community to find out.
let's-
Listen, community.thenewblack.com.
Yeah.
Check quickly before Mohammed changes
save
his
the image. I've
thingy.
saved the image. It's all right. I've saved the image.
Come on, Brent. Didn't you want to disrupt everything? Come on, man.
No, they should join the community.
That's called bullying.
And if Mohammed changes it,
What's he doing to Iman then?
No, but he's fine with that.
is Iman fine with it though?
I'm not sensitive,
Yeah,
man.
he sees
No, but it's not about being sensitive. It's about people. Just shut up sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, again, look at the levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
you can't
Come
chat
on, man.
to me.
I'm better than jumper.
You can't chat to me.
That's
Look
undisputed.
at the
And you know
levels.
what? That is a word. That's why I said I ain't gonna say nothing.
Mohammed, we
but
love you. We love you, bro.
Yeah, man. That's why I just see it as jokes. Because I didn't need to see his picture to know this. You know what I'm saying?
it was evident. Wasn't
He
it?
was evident. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Put him on the
it's cool,
Summer
man.
Jam screen.
Yeah,
No,
man.
this is James. I said Mo left the chat. That's a shame.
Well, come back, man.
No, he's joking. He's
Oh,
joking.
you better not.
He's there. He's there.
All
He's
right.
Look at Mohammed though.
All right, man. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Is that it for this?
Yes.
It's a good way to end it. Let's get into our next headlines.
Headline, trigger warning here. And the Pakistan's ousted Prime Minister, Imran Khan, has survived a gun attack on his convoy whilst holding a protest march in the eastern city of Wazirabad. He was wounded in the leg when a burst of fire hit his vehicle. One person was killed and at least 5 others were injured. There was no immediate official comment on the motive for attack, which allies say was an assassination bid. The protest march had been called to demand early elections. Mr. Khan, who's 70, was leading the march, which was meant to end in the capital, Islamabad. The former international cricket star turned politician was seen being taken to a hospital in Lahore. A party spokesman said he had been hit in the shin. He was in stable condition, but an operation was likely, aides have said. Police released a video confession of a man they arrested who they say attempted to kill the former Prime Minister. It's unclear under what conditions the interview was carried out, but in it, the man is asked by police on why he opened fire. And he replied, "He was misguiding the people. I wanted to kill him. I tried to kill him." Speaking to the BBC World Service's News Hour program, a senior aide and spokesperson for Mr. Khan accused the Pakistani government of being directly involved in the attack. Rauf Hassan dismissed the government-released video confession as a crude cover-up and said that the government was attempting to eliminate Imran Khan physically. And in the next headline, this is a bit of a mad one, and this happened in France. So the French Parliament was brought to a halt after a far-right MP shouted out they should go back to Africa as a black colleague talked about immigration. This happened in their equivalent of House of Parliament. Gregor de Funas, who's a member of the National Rally, RN, said that later his remark had not been aimed at Carlos Martin Bilongo himself, but at migrants trying to reach Europe by sea. Mr. Bilongo said that he was born in France and the remark was shameful. The Prime Minister, Elizabeth Bourne, said that there was no room for racism. The National Assembly's Bureau would meet on Friday and decide on the necessary sanction, the Liberal politician told reporters. Mr. Bilongo had been questioning the government about a request by the SOS Mediterranean non-governmental organization for help in finding a port for 234 migrants rescued at sea in recent days. When Mr. de Funas made his remark, the speaker, Yael Braun-Pivet, demanded to know who had spoken. Then, as MP shouted out, she suspended the session, declaring this is not possible. Mr. Bilongo, who's an MP from the left-wing party Front Unbowed, LFI, said, "Today has come back to the colour of my skin. I was born in France. I am a French MP." Mr. Dufourneau tried to defend himself, saying that he had been referring to the boat transporting migrants to Europe, but he later apologized to Mr. Belongo for the misunderstanding. His comments obviously caused and hurt him. So, yeah. That's the end of the headlines.
Nice. Well, let's get into Word on Road. Really?
Yeah, man.
All right, don't fight me.
Man. No,
I
number,
make the decision.
I'm waiting for number. Can you move number 3 to number 1?
Nah, let's.
Nah?
I want the anger to build up in you. I need the content to build up in you. Let's get there. All right. So, firstly, yesterday was the Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever European premiere. People looked absolutely amazing. Pick up our family girls, the UK girls, Tolly and Audrey from Receipts Podcast. They looked sensational, absolutely sensational. And everyone looked really, really good. It looked amazing. It looked nice. It looks like it went really, really well. You guys know the film is out next week, Friday. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go on my own or go with someone.
Listen,
What do
sorry
you
to interrupt you. Marvel, whoever controls the premiere thing, invite your boy, man. I'm a Marvel fan, big fan.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, actually.
Totally don't know nothing about Marvel. No.
I totally don't know.
No, so basically, yeah, me, Marvin, Tolly, and Tolly's friend went to an advanced screening of Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
Tolly's like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? I'm like, what did I know about you?
What were you doing here?
Who's that?
That is so funny. But yeah, so with the first one, they made like £1 billion at the box office. So it'd be interesting to see what they make this time. With obviously, Chadwick Boseman, with all that stuff going on. It should be interesting. So Michaela Cole, also another Black Brit who's amazing. She said, the feeling it gives me, when she was talking about, the film, she said, the feeling it gives me as a woman of colour to see my story reflected back still gives me a rush of exhilaration to be seen. This cast give me a lot of confidence. I feel proud to be among them. And also, Danai Gurira, so she plays Okoye in the film. She said that it basically she's hoping that this paves the way for other franchises to cast strong Black female leads. She said the process was an intense process, obviously following from Chadwick passing away, and they said that it's really going to resonate with people. I also liked the silent social media guy, Kabi Lame, the guy. Yeah, so he was there. He was there, and he was so sweet. He had a picture of Chadwick on his shirt, on his t-shirt. It was really, 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 really beautiful. And what's her name? Lupita said how respecting Chadwick and what he started off is the way forward. She said Ryan was so smart to embrace the loss and make this film about what we do when we lose somebody, because we all experience it at one point. The honesty with it will surprise people, and the fact you can do that without compromising on the fun and the spectacle is a feat, and I'm really proud. I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's definitely going to be an emotional watch because it looks very, very real. Also, big up Mel's wardrobe every single flipping time. She had Stormzy in pink, and Stormzy was looking very yummy. I don't know, is my camera showing that?
That is a very, very... I've got a t-shirt like that. I've worn it for years, though. That is a very fiery pink.
Very, very pink. This is like neon pink. This is pink.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful scenes. We'd love to see it. But yeah, man, so it's out next week, Friday. The support, I'm hoping this will not be a situation people are dressing up again and taking my line to the cinema room. I don't want to see all of that stuff. All that stuff, I'm sorry. Respectfully, I find it quite pathetic.
See, E-man, Black people are not free to just dress up in our native clothes.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not. Not with me around.
Without scrutinizations.
Yeah, with me around, I'm gonna be here to cuss you for it. But yeah, so I think it'd be really, really cool. And then someone also talked about how obviously Rihanna did a song, blah blah, and basically just said how it's Chadwick. Like Chadwick's passing has brought a lot of people together. So he said, this is the film director. He said a lot of improbable things needed to happen for it to come through, and Rihanna was very clear that she did that for him, as in for Chadwick. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be really, really sick. I reckon I'll watch it next week Friday, so I can talk about it on Monday.
Thing is, yeah, I'm excited, yeah, but I'm going in with timid expectations.
Really? Why is that?
Because Marvel fucked up. Sorry, excuse my language.
Damn.
I'm passionate about my MCU, you know.
That's a lot,
They messed up the last few Marvel movies. If you're in the chat, you're with me. For Love and Thunder was absolute garbage.
You know what's funny? I watched that. Yeah, I thought it was a parody.
It
I was
was
like, oh, this is so funny.
Exactly, it was absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange 2 was meaty. What else was there? Couple others. Anyway, those two stick out the most. Absolutely meaty. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not going in expecting the best. And obviously, the plot and all the storyline was changed because of Chadwick Boseman, so they had to go in a different direction. Did they get it right? We'll see.
We'll find out. I'm going in there with my tissues ready because you know me, I love a cry. And it was actually funny because obviously the premiere, whatever. So remember last week I talked about, was it earlier this week? I talked about how the Fashion Fed show and Esther and people were talking about, you know, she can't dress anyhow these days. So people were doing a lot yesterday on her outfit. And they were like, someone said Fashion Fed is corrupt. And then someone said she's got the Antigone special on.
Wow.
Very rude. And someone was like, what was the thought process behind those boots? You are out of order, man. Fashion is subjective. Fashion is forever who wants to fashion that way. Yeah, and I think I'll be honest with you guys, the UK is bad vibes, man. So just because someone has a job, they can't even make, you know, do you mean they can't be human?
I hear it though.
You tell me because I talk about word on road here. If you don't think I'm going to be in the news one day and I'm going to come here and address it.
No, but I hear it. If your job is to critique fashion, then your fashion has to be on point.
Yeah, but your fashion will never be what everyone generally approves of. That's the problem.
True, but levels no.
Because you know what? Because when I looked at it, it was on theme for Wakanda Forever.
Let me see it.
Please look at it.
It's on her page?
Yeah, it's on a story.
All right.
Because for me, no, Kelly, I do rate it. Because for me, when I saw it, I thought she was going with the theme of Wakanda. It was giving Wakanda. It was, Brenda, you can put it on the screen.
I'm looking for it now.
Yeah, it was giving me.
The purple joint.
Yeah. Don't you think it's giving me Wakanda? Okay, well, I guess not.
If Wakanda had a strip club, no, I'm joking. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think it's that bad. I think people were being very mean. I feel like, oh, it's the boots. I'm like, no, but what she's wearing, you can't wear like. There's the right footwear for it, man.
I don't think it's that bad.
I actually don't think it's that bad. I just think people, again, it's the UK. You people can't take criticism, and now you're all upset and they're like, oh, she's talking about IVD. Big up Esther, man. My namesake. She looked nice. She looks good. I know that. I know them things. But anyways, I said Big Panther. Black Panther. Are you gonna watch it next week? Actually, Yusuf, so we can talk about it Monday.
Of course.
You're gonna watch it definitely next week.
I'm watching it on Saturday, I believe.
Have you booked already?
Nah, I don't do the pre-booking thing. I just show up.
Yeah, I was just about to pre-book. You just show up. It's gonna be sold out.
I just show up, man. Nah, man. I have a theory about cinema. There's different screenings. You telling me every screening's full up?
Wait, you don't book it online?
On the day, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah. No. She means have I booked it now, like a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
I know someone who booked it like a month ago.
Yeah, I know people that booked it a month ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Wow, look how many. Okay, you're right. It's hella. So the one I'm gonna go to has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13.
Yeah, there's
that day.
Yeah,
One day.
I can't imagine every
On
single
the day it
screening
comes out.
Every single screening is
Yeah, that
full
first
up.
day. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
that.
and remember the first day
Yeah.
maybe, like the first day, cool, but on the next day, nah.
You should go the first day.
You reckon you should go on the first day?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I'm going on my own as well. I don't want people to look at me like
No, I go cinema on my own. Not anymore, but I used to go all the time by myself.
yeah, because you don't have to anymore, do you? Must be
Isn't
nice.
it?
I'm not the third one anymore. But yeah, man, we'll watch it next week and give you guys a lowdown. The next bit is about Dwyane Wade. So yesterday I reported about his ex-wife talking about she feels as if he's pressuring their daughter Zaya to to go forward with her transition. So he's now spoken out. It is quite a bit, but follow me because it's good tea. Okay. So as a woman who claims to be a good Christian mother, it's a read. Okay. As a woman who claims to be a good Christian mother, I've yet to see her make any sacrifice or effort to leave her own home to participate in her children's lives in over a decade. Zaya is not that same 3-year-old child anymore, and she's screaming that to the world, but most importantly to her mother. No one in our house would ever force Zaya or any of our children to do anything against their will, much less force an identity on them. This isn't a game for my family and definitely not for Zaya. This is her life. All the while, my wife and our village has been her rock in helping her pick up the pieces after heartbreak after heartbreak. Chauvin, Siobhan has decided to pretty much be an absent parent to Zaya all on her own. As men, we get a bad rep for not showing up and being absentee fathers. Well, that's not the case here because I'm 10 toes down. I'm still going through the BS. I will not sit on my hands this time and allow her to make a mockery of my dedication to my family. The high road has run out of real estate. All right, that's a bar. My lawyer will be in contact, and best of luck to the 14th lawyer as they try to unravel this book of lies that's been sold to them. Siobhan tried a similar attempt over a decade ago with equally damaging lies and causing irreparable harm to her children. And 13 lawyers later, I was awarded sole custody of our 2 kids as an active NBA player. All I ever wanted was to have my parenting time uninterrupted, as I knew that it would be a very difficult time for our kids to navigate their new normal. So instead of actually trying to co-parent over the years, she's left her home to see more lawyers and has taken the time to talk to more lawyers since I filed for divorce than she's left her home to actually see or have truly spoken and listened to Zaya over all these years. I've given her the opportunity to reach out to Zaya's teachers, doctors and therapists over the years and even meet her friends so she could get her own understanding of our child's needs for her life. She wouldn't do it. She has not been to a school recital, graduation, school dance, play date, practice, parent-teacher conference, etc. And Zaya has given her every opportunity to try to get to know her. She won't do it. Since this must be the new way of parenting, I guess I have to address these allegations here, which is a damn shame. Sorry, this is how it started. My bad. I read from back to front. You get
As
the
in you
gist.
read it down? You read it? From
Yeah, I
the
read it
bottom?
backwards.
From the bottom? How?
No, do you know what it is? Because basically... No, because basically he has to write a pistol in it. So
Yeah.
he's got 3 screenshots.
Yeah.
But the way I screenshot and sent it to myself, I didn't really.
Oh, okay. I thought you literally started at the
Line by
bottom.
line.
Started at the bottom, man. We're not. You meant you read the last slide.
That would have been,
You read
yeah,
the last slide first.
Yeah. But I'll read it anyway. But you know what? Yeah, I've had a week, man. So since this must be the new brain parenting, he basically said, I'm going to address this situation, blah, blah. While I'm on a life-changing trip, and he's basically in Africa living his best life, and he's seen all this nonsense. He says none of them are surprised by her attempt to fight Zaya's identity and her unwavering attempt to drag his name through the mud. But he's very disappointed that she continually finds ways to center herself and her needs without regards for the children. And this report came out while Zaya was in class. And this is a kid who's maintained a 4.0 GPA in honors classes, while also navigating all unsolicited, harmful attention and debates about her gender and sexuality from those who are committed to not listening to her, much less even knowing her. You guys get the gist of all of that. But yes, I'm glad he spoke up, because it's, again, obviously with the way society is, you just assume that because the mother's the one who physically gave birth to the child, she will know more, she will understand more. So I like the fact that he did,
Kevin Thompson,
we
man.
did.
Relax.
What did he say?
Relax, man.
Oh, yeah, he's a twat, man. But anyways, yeah, big up Dwyane Wade for speaking out on that. You laughing at me?
Yeah.
Sure.
What are you laughing at?
No, what you said was very funny.
Oh, no. Are you sure?
Very.
You're laughing with me or at me?
Oh, man.
No, dear, I forgot I had lashes on. Anyway, all right. Next, which is useless people have been offended. Not you, Robin.
I'm ready to fight. No, but
Some people are ready to tussle.
I'm fighting against the decision. I'm not fighting for it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you are.
Okay.
So basically, they have made an executive decision to remove the Bounty Bar chocolates from the celebration box.
Blasphemous.
Racism.
I thought
Racism.
I wanted Brent to do a little yeah.
What?
Because we're
Coconut-
not. It's a flipping liability to the
Bounty
box.
is buff.
Exactly.
Bounty is nice when I eat it under duress. There's nothing
Not
else.
liking Bounty is anti-black.
It's
Yes,
not.
I
It
agree.
is.
It's not.
Coconuts come from Africa.
Yes.
So not to like
You're
coconut
like-
is anti-black. You know what I mean?
Do you know, I actually love coconut. I love coconuts. I eat coconuts. Like, I love them. But not in the chocolate.
Nah,
The thing is, I do like a Bounty. Big on my grandparents. They loved my grandma loved the Bounty. And so I think I got that love for it from them. However, it's not my first pick.
It's always the parents. They love Bounty, you know?
Yeah, they love it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no.
I think because in
no,
their
no.
time, they didn't have much.
My mum put me onto Bounty.
So I'm saying.
Yeah,
my
I think
mama, all this.
They didn't have much in the time.
No, but Mars was there.
Wait, hold on. Wait, so
You don't get a say anymore.
Listen, Mars and Milky Way gotta go.
Milky Way should have gone first.
Milky Way.
I'll be honest with you. If I'm gonna be objective, Milky Way should never existed in the first place. But if we're gonna remove things from the box, Milky Way should have been first to go.
Okay, cool. How many times have you seen celebrations box?
Yep.
You open it and it's just Mars left.
Hello, Milky.
No, it's just Mars left.
All the time.
Really, Mars?
All the time. That's all I see. All I see is Mars left.
Is Mars the one with the peanuts in it?
No, that's
No,
Snickers.
Okay, I like Snickers. Yeah, Mars. Yeah. Okay, this is how I would have
Mars
done
should
it.
go.
If I was gonna do it, I would have taken Milky Way out first because that shit pisses me off, and then I would have taken Mars. After which, I would have I would take Galaxy Caramel out.
Is it?
No, what?
Yeah,
What?
I'll take Galaxy Caramel out, and then Bounty. Run them up, boys. You're out. Gotta go.
I think Milky Way is the worst. Then Mars.
Yeah, Milky Way is
Milky Way is an
crap.
assault
It's
on
crap.
your taste buds.
It's crap.
But basically, they did a research, and this is how I know that the pro bountiers don't have a say in society. I hope they know that their vote don't count anywhere. Because basically, 39% of consumers, 39%, basically said that they wanted the bounties banished. And so they banished bounty for the land.
But that's only 39%.
So 39%.
That's not even half. So why have they taken the minority?
Exactly. I don't understand that. Basically, people that voted, I hope you understand that your votes don't count. If your votes did not count in this, you can't expect the Tory party to take you seriously. That's ridiculous.
And let's do a round of applause for the best celebrations, Maltesers.
Yay!
Maltesers is the best, bro.
With a little crunch in the middle.
Yeah. Because remember, they evolved the Malteser for the celebration. They didn't just give us a normal ball.
Yeah.
They made something
It's
new.
like a little crunch, and it's
the best.
It's not the best.
It is the best.
It's gotta be Snickers, man.
Oh, you are.
The thing is, I can't fight that because
I can.
Snickers is my favorite of all time, so I can't fight it.
I'm fighting it.
I can't fight it.
No, me, how I
I
go.
think I'm kind of with Brent with this one.
Yeah, from when
can't
Esther
fight.
said, what is Snickers? No, what is Mars? The one with the peanuts.
Yeah.
She didn't know what Snickers were.
I did.
You
Snickers
don't, you
is
didn't grow
number
up
one
on
chocolate.
Snickers. You don't know what Snickers
Snickers is the best chocolate of all time.
All right, that's debatable.
That's a breakfast day.
What
No,
about,
Snickers is number one of all time.
remember Lion?
Lion, yeah.
Lion gives me protein bar.
Lion isn't the best. Lion isn't the best.
When Lion came out, I think it was a serious bar, man.
I never really cared for Lion too tough, you know.
Do you know what I think is good as well? Later in life.
Yeah.
Yorkie bar.
Yeah,
Ooh, I like the Yorkie.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
If-
just
if you want
chocolate.
chocolate,
If
you know.
if you want this bare thick,
Hella
yes,
diabetes.
this bare chocolate. If you want that, get Yorkie.
Yeah.
You know what? One I love. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but dime bars.
It was too hard, man.
I love a dime bar, you know. Like I
Serious?
really love a dime bar. Yeah,
Yeah, that was before my time.
yeah. Dime bar's the thing still.
No, there was a. Hey, what did Dime Bar become again?
No, it
They
was,
changed their name, man.
I think they changed. I can't remember what they changed it from. But yeah, dime bar's the one. Even now I buy dime bars.
There was like a this like restaurant in Brixton, in Brixton Village, that did a Dime Bar cheesecake.
Ooh. No, they sell those in Tesco's.
No, but this is like homemade. Like
Okay.
sick.
Yeah, it must have been both.
But I do have good news for you guys, though, on this matter. It's only a trial.
Okay, hope
It's
they
only a trial,
fail.
but however, I do think, so basically there's going to be celebration boxes that says without.
Yeah, just do bounty free.
Yeah, but I think that this is the beginning of the end. So I don't know when the expiry dates on them chocolates might be. You might want to stuck up. if that's what you want to do. But yeah, so it's basically going to be a trial. So they're going to roll it out across 40 Tesco Christmas market locations in November and December. I hope, mine is one of them. Do you know, I just think with so much stuff here, I just wish they did like selective ones, because I would just like one with Galaxy and Maltesers. Snickers can go in there.
No, but they do Maltesers one separate now.
Yes, but it's a different, it's a truffle.
Not in a celebrations box, but they sell it as a bar now.
No, they sell it as a bar, and they also have one. Ooh.
And they have a truffle one.
What
Yeah.
is this bar?
Yes.
They sell it as a bar,
It's
yeah.
called
What's
Maltesers. So
It's
not
a bar.
Maltesers, it's Maltesers. Like you're being teased. Because I'm obsessed. I love Maltesers. Like my social media name even had Malteser in it at one point. It was ridiculous. I was really, really out here repping for the brand. But the truffle, so basically the truffle, let me describe, let me take you there. My mouth is even.
No, you lot are trying to mug me off, trying to say I'm old because I like dime bar.
Yeah, I never heard of a dime in my life.
Listen, dime bar, is the one.
So basically the Malteser truffle, So you see how it's like in the celebration? That's the first half. and it's shaped like a semicircle. Then on the bottom bits, dear oh dear, it's a creamy kind of substance. It's just so great. Have you ever had the Malteser Easter bunnies?
Yeah.
Hold on, everyone's
It's
asking.
that.
Wait,
It's creamy. It's
everyone's
banging.
asking, wait, aren't you vegan?
Yeah, this is my my sinner days.
Oh, you mean back there? Okay.
You're a liar. You had some. You were there on your birthday, no less.
No, this is back when
Wait, chocolate not.
I didn't know the
All
truth.
that stuff is not vegan.
Because I've got milk in it.
Nah, man, milk chocolate. It's a
Damn.
damn shame.
Between you and I, though, do you have some? Christmas. Christmas, do you have some?
No, I've given up that way
Really?
with life. Yeah.
The
What
thing
do
is,
you
if you had something non-vegan, what would be your like repentance, like reason? Would it be because like for the what it's doing to your body, or just because? I mean, what would be like? Oh my God, I've had a chocolate bar. Like if you ask for forgiveness, what would be the reason why?
I mean, what do you mean? Like ask for forgiveness?
Like, I guess. obviously, you're vegan for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the main reason?
Health?
That's what I'm saying. So if you had a chocolate bar, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, I've had a chocolate, I'm a sinner. It'd be like, I fucked up my health a little bit.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
what
okay.
Just have extra mushrooms. Do you? Just eat extra mushrooms to counter it out, to balance it out.
Yes.
Gin and Gist, Werther's
sick of
originals,
me.
yeah, Werther's are nice. I don't buy them though. I don't like hard sweets. But yeah, Werther's taste nice, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
they're
I don't buy Werther's.
But yeah. So over 58% of people said they like bounties, whatever. So 39% wanted the bounty gone for good. 22% said they liked the bounty the least of all the tubs, and then they basically made the decision to take it off after 18% named bounty as their favourite. 18% of the sample size.
Yeah, but do this for all the other chocolates then. Have a vote. Why is it bounty being singled out?
Because bounty is a liability.
Because I guarantee you, if you done this vote for Mars or Milky Way, it'll be more than 39% saying
Milky
get
Way,
rid
I
of
don't know why even I don't that anyone who has a Milky, I can't. That's just I'm gonna start asking that on first dates.
And also, Mars is Mars is the parent company. That's why Mars is there. Like Mars owns all these brands.
just
innit?
by default.
Yeah.
Them ones.
They're like Coke, innit? Like Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Coke,
yeah.
cornflakes, all the bog standard stuff.
Okay. Well, my next bit of news to kind of give you. Is this in the reaction? Stormzy.
Nah.
Okay. All right. So basically, so Stormzy has basically launched Merky FC in partnership with Adidas and like 10 other people,
Nice.
including Sky Sports, and essentially it's to fight racial inequality in football. So the initiative is to basically drive change because it showed that 6.7% of senior roles in football are taken by Black or mixed heritage people, even though about 39% of the players are Black. So they're basically, 39% of the players are Black, of footballers are Black. However, in senior roles, only 6.7% are represented in the Black or mixed heritage. So so he's saying that, hopefully he can drive change. And he said if you can see that representation on the pitch with all the players, then it should at least be backed up by people in positions of power, positions of influence outside of being an actual footballer. And he talks about how the stats, the disparity in the stats is disgusting, really and truly. He said he said the statistics are shocking. I think it's down to visibility a lot. Even growing up, we didn't see any Black managers, Black people on our screens in the media. So I think when Ian Wright comes along, is it Thierry Henry? Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not a H in Henry, is it? It's Henry.
Yeah.
What his name?
Yeah.
Henri.
Henry, yeah. So Thierry Henry comes along. We know we can kick ball. We've always known we can kick ball. But in terms of the roles and other positions in the industry, we don't see our representation, and representation is important. When you can't see it, it's not always easy to believe it. That is an Instagram caption. So hopefully they're going to drive change, and that's what they're working with. And he said that he wants, more companies and stuff to kind of collab, to join them on this.
Yeah.
On this movement that they're doing, and it looks really, really. It's always a good thing. He said this was not something that came up overnight. It's been in the works for years, and he said that he commends and is grateful to Adidas because as soon as they told them what they want to do, they were like, "Let's go." They were very on it. Basically,
Does it mention what league they're in? Obviously, it's non-league football, but does it mention what tier?
I know he supports Manchester United.
That's a great response.
Yeah.
That is such.
I don't know what else you want from me. I don't even understand why you would even do that to me.
That is hilarious.
While we're live on air. Like, you could have just asked for the link.
So you're too funny.
So that's that on that. But back to stuff that I actually know about. It's beef in the music industry. I love it. So of course, Drake and 21 Savage's album is out today. Mr. Rotation will be taking you through that on Monday.
Yep.
I will actually listen to it. I think you doing the rotation is making me want to listen to certain things.
Nice.
Because I was done with Drake. I just feel like Drake has given me so much that it's like, you know when you eat something so much and it becomes sickening when you even see it?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I started to feel with Drake music. Because it was like, he was just giving me music after music. Like, take a breather.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to listen to this, so I'm looking forward to it. And also, I love the Drake and Future. So I think Drake doing joint albums is I'm here for it. And I know he recently as well in an interview, was it him or 21 Savage? One of them said that, I think it was 21. He said that he's the greatest rapper.
No, greatest British rapper.
Yeah, greatest British rapper.
Yeah, that's kind
Very cute, because we didn't know you're British until
You know what I mean?
you got online. But anyways, so basically Drake obviously the album's come out and Drake is throwing shots at people. No pun intended. Okay, you didn't have to do that.
Sorry.
You didn't have to do that. I'll start with the first one. The it's not that interesting. Basically, I'll start with that one. So in one of his songs, he says, sidebar Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed we don't got a problem, but no boo, it is like you coming for sushi. We might pop up on them at Will Like Suzuki. Obviously, it makes more sense if you listen to music, but he's basically calling Serena's husband
Serena
a groupie.
Williams.
Serena Williams. But you know they dated.
Yeah, they dated, but
I don't know why he did
her
that.
husband's a non-threatening guy, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you know what? I'll be honest. Seeing the tea I'm reporting, it looks like Drake did a lot of things he didn't need to do. But he did that. People were talking about why are you doing that, and they were like, technically, your baby mum's a groupie as well because how did you meet her?
To be fair, it
whole
speaks to the title of the album though, Her Loss. So he's on his bitter ex bag. Where he might be throwing shots at all his exes or women in the past he dealt with. I mean, her loss.
guy.
So he's looking like, I'm the prize, nigga. Her loss.
I know there's been a lot of men have been thinking that
Like
recently.
academics.
By who?
Academics. Remember academics?
Yeah, he was like, I'm the
I'm the prize.
Yikes.
Fat prize.
Yeah, a lot of men think they're the prizes. You're not the prize, sir. Some of y'all are not the prize.
Someone
You're not
said
even the
that
token.
Serena's man's been moving funny for a second.
Okay.
So maybe it's background information that we don't know about.
Or maybe the person just thinks they know Serena and her man. The next bit, which is actually more interesting to me, is he basically took a shot at Megan. Ooh, that was not good.
No pun
He
intended.
came for Megan. So basically, in one of his songs, in Circo Loco, he says this. Actually, let me read. Hold on. He says, "This bitch lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. She don't even get the joke, but she's still smiling." Now, there's two ways to look at this. If I'm going to be an objective journalist. The first way, looking at it, it sounds like he's talking about a girl who got bum shots, but she's lying that her body's real. Because you know the girls be doing that. With this time to remember you, your pancake bum. And all of a sudden now, you got bum and now it's all real and it was from doing little squats in the gym. All right, sis. So you could look at it that way where, you know, this girl's lying about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. So like your body set good kind of thing. However, the way that I do think it makes more sense to be is that he is coming for Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, he made it a double entendre on purpose. So he can. No, I ain't talking about Megan. I'm talking about one girl I know. Like nah.
Yeah, and I think that's a punk ass thing to do. So Megan basically she says she then tweeted. She says, "I know I'm very popular, but y'all gotta stop attaching weak ass conspiracy theories in bars to my name. LOL, niggas not hoes ever address me or at me with a fact or receipts. I am clout bitch. Keep sucking my pussy." Then sometimes you gotta give people what they need to give them. You gotta go where they need to go. So someone said he says stallion though, so technically he did say your name. Then she said a stallion is a slang for a tall, thick woman. Yes, so that's the double.
Yeah, but Drake knows what he was doing by saying.
He knows what he was
Come
doing.
on,
He knows
man.
exactly what he's doing. And then she said, "Stop using my shooting for clout, bitch. Sorry, I got excited. Stop using my shooting for clout, bitch ass niggas. Since when the fuck is it cool to joke about women getting shot? You niggas, especially rap niggas, are lame. Ready to boycott about shoes and clothes, but dogpile on a black woman when she say one of your homeboys abused her. And when the facts come out, remember your whole ass favorite rappers that stood behind a nigga that shot a female. People attack me. Yo, go up for it. I defend myself. Now I'm doing too much. Every time it never ends. And this did not happen until I came out and said I got shot. Yo, don't fuck with me. Okay, cool. Fuck it. Bye. I'm glad she spoke up, but I think it's out that people keep making these silly little jokes. I think whether you believe that it happened, whatever happened, blah, 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 I just don't think it's necessary. I just think it's in poor taste. I didn't know that's someone's trauma. And again, people want to do, I think what's irritating me, people want to do the whole, oh, we stand for women and we care about women, blah, blah. But then this is how I always know it's fake. Because people jump on things when it's a trend. Do you get what I mean? People jump on things when it's a trend. When Breonna Taylor was, I hate to bring it here, but okay. When Breonna Taylor was shot, it's like, oh, stand with Breonna, da-da-da-da-da, like all these things, Black Lives Matter, all these things. But show that Black Lives Matter even in your closer to home. Do you get what I mean? Charity begins at home. Show it in that sense. And people were then coming for Drake saying, oh, you didn't have the energy when Pusha was dealing with you with the words. And I agree with that because there's a lot of men.
No, but Drake went back and forth with Pusha. No?
It was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
Good?
It was all right.
All right?
Yeah, it was all right.
Good?
No, he didn't do good. He didn't do that well.
Right.
He could have done better.
Okay.
But he's too busy doing Twitter fingers about women getting shot.
No. Pusha won the beef.
Yeah, that's something about. Yeah. That's what I mean. That Drake was all right. He didn't go hard with Pusha like that. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, you're right. He did. I mean, he definitely did respond to Pusha. But people are just like keep this energy for the men that you need to keep the energy for, and not for women. And that is a reflection of society. A lot of men want to pipe up when it's women, but when it's the guys that are sunning you, you're mute like a bitch. It's ridiculous. I hate to see it.
I don't know if this applies to Drake though, because Drake has gone toe to toe with Meek, Pusha. Like Drake don't shy away from beef with men. So I think painting Drake that you're only talking because he's a woman, I think it's unfair for Drake.
I don't think it is, because I think Drake does the whole, oh, I love women and sensitivity and feelings matter.
Can a man be both?
Not when you're taking, not when you're using someone's trauma for your bars.
Because
I think that's drawing a line.
Tupac said, Brendan's got a baby. Hey, mama, but have you ever seen Lee Rico? Every other video. No matter where I go, I see the same.
No, you didn't.
You know what I mean? Balance.
Yeah.
I'm actually so done.
Who is it? Was it Talib Kweli or one of them saying, yeah, conscious rappers like pussy too? Yeah.
So what are we saying?
What are we saying?
What are we saying? Because obviously Drake has a large audience base that are women, right? So for him to come out like this in this way, what are we actually saying? Why is he doing this? Are we missing something that he probably knows?
No, I just think that. So I think these rappers like they don't know. A lot of times these niggas don't know nothing. Oh, I don't like saying it. I don't want to say it anymore. Sorry, these people don't know anything, right? They just be saying stuff. I just think that people don't take other people's trauma seriously. I think that's honestly just what it is. Because when I look back at some people, if you're not
ending though.
If you're not the one going through something here, it's easy for you not to understand it. Because even when I look back at TV and stuff here, hella Ike and Tina Turner jokes. Hella, like it's when I hear this, I'm like, this is actually disgusting. So I honestly think that when it comes to stuff that women go through, I don't think men take it seriously.
All right, I hear that point 100%. But there is a case that still hasn't reached its conclusion. And we're aware of that, right?
Yeah.
Everybody is waiting patiently for the outcome of this. But this is a very public statement by one of, if not the biggest hip-hop artist out there who has a large female fan base.
Yeah.
So you're saying he won't say it unless he knew it to be true?
Nah. I think even then though, like I feel like if the courts deem whatever they deem and say, you know what, okay, we don't find him guilty or whatever, people can say whatever they want to say. But I just think it's disgusting for you to joke about something like that in this climate, really, when you are always battling you are always dodging bullets in that American place. And also when everyone's doing the whole, oh no, we stand with women and yes, women's blah, 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 blah. And then you go and make a joke about this. I don't think he knows anything more than anybody else needs to know. I don't believe that. I don't believe that man knows anything.
I agree that Drake didn't have to put that in a lyric, considering how sensitive the subject is.
Yeah.
But like Brent's trying to say, for Drake, someone who is continuously championing women, to say it, maybe it holds some weight.
Do you know I don't think it holds weight? Because Beyonce on her song said spaz. That is basic. Now today, is it a slur or is it it's politically incorrect. So for me, Drake is a human being to me. He's not somebody who I think has extra knowledge to anything. No, I just think that he just wanted to do what he wanted to do. As much as people might see Drake as, oh, Drake is great, blah blah. Drake wants attention. He's not any different to anybody else who wants attention. If he didn't want attention, he would not have moved his album from when Beyonce was doing her thing. So I don't think it's a thing where he might know more. I just think that he's a human being and he just wanted clout and he just wanted to say whatever he wanted to say. I don't think he knows more.
You don't think Drake, who's in the industry, who knows Tory Lanez, knows more information than us?
He might do, but I don't think that he knows that she didn't get shot.
I think he just said it
because
I think Drake's been given first-hand account of what happened, from Tory Lanez's mouth.
But even that, don't you think that's insensitive from Tory Lanez's mouth?
No, I'm not saying that what Tory told him is the truth. I'm just saying Drake definitely has more information than us.
And that's what's pissing me off, because what Tory told you, why are you the one to then come out and then put that out there? The case is still going on, whatever. There's 3 sides to every story, right? People say. Because if I'm in the story, my side is the truth. But there's 3 sides. There's Tory's account, there's Meghan's account, then there's what really happened, yeah? Cool. Tory's told you whatever he's told you. You've been out here all taking pictures with Meghan and passing with her and all that kind of stuff. Tory's told you whatever he told you, and you think it makes sense for you to go on a whole song and make reference to it. Even if he does know more than he needs to, it's just about, you just have to use your sense once in a while. It's not, and furthermore, do you know the biggest thing as well about all of this? It's not even a story to tell. Let Tory put him on his music. Don't be out here fighting and waving the flag for Tory. Let Tory put on his music. I think this is an insensitive thing to do.
I'm surprised. When I saw the bar online, I thought, I was shocked.
Yeah, I think it's very
I didn't think Drake would say that.
Because when they talked about his baby mum and his child, he was out here crying about it.
Yeah.
And again, because that was someone who told your story. It was not that person's story. It wasn't Push's story to tell. But then you turn around and then you go and do the exact same thing to somebody else. Whether you think you know the truth or whatever, or you have more information, that's fair enough. But it's not your story to tell. Furthermore, this girl was still going through. I think what even annoys me even more with Meghan, this girl's been through a disgusting amount of trauma in the past 2 years. Do you get what I mean? And people literally continually use these things and taunt her. It's ridiculous for me.
I get what you're saying, Lester, right? But just
you always say you get what I'm saying, and then
I'll tell you
go
why.
against what I've said.
I'll tell you why, because you have to still remember that there are people out there, a lot of people out there who think she's lying.
Okay, and
so you're saying she's gone through trauma?
Yeah,
kind of is from the position of this is true.
And I'm not saying that she's gone through trauma. This is true. I'm saying she's gone through trauma, so people should have sense in what it is that they put, the messages they put out there.
Yeah, but the trauma. Correct me if I'm wrong. The trauma is linked to that incident, right?
I'm talking about all the trauma she's been through. Her parents have died. I don't know. Her grandma has died. Like, she's literally suffered loss upon loss upon loss upon. She is hanging by the grace of God every time she makes an appearance. Do you get me? That's what I'm talking about. So all of that stuff even happened while she was grieving. That whole shooting thing happened while she was grieving. Do you get what I mean? And then I think they had some kind of relationship. He's then gone on and then put her business out there. She's had a lot that's happened to her. Like, back to back to back to back. And I think for someone who likes to be close to artists and take pictures and whatever and all that kind of stuff, I would think that he'll be aware of that. The same way he thinks he knows the truth about, you know, if we're assuming that he knows the truth about what Tory did, in the same way he will know what it is that this girl has been through. So for you to do that, he can't, I'm interested to see what he says after this. I think it'll be very cheeky and pathetic if he comes and says, I wasn't talking about you.
The thing is, right? I get it. If he was to, okay, let me put it this way. If he was to simply just say this is just bars, I get it, because this is not the first time a rapper's done this. Like, people always kind of make fun of certain people's situations and stuff, just because it's a creative bar. It's going to push their project. It's going to push that song, and they're not necessarily poking fun, like, fully at that person. Just a situation, right? But at the same time, on the other side, I understand what you're saying. That is very obviously insensitive and this, that, and the third. But just to kind of piggyback on that side, right? You have to understand if people, and again, I fully understand what you're saying, right? But if people feel like she's lying, all that trauma she's been through means nothing, because it's like somebody's a woman who's gone through a lot of stuff that's happened, but and everyone feels bad for her and whatnot. But then, for example, she has a situation with a guy, and she says the guy raped her, and she's lying. If we find out she's lying, we don't care about her previous trauma, her mum and dad dying. No one, we just think she's a liar and needs to be in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I think from the perspective of those who don't believe her, right? You know what I'm saying? If he's one of those...
I don't think it's wild here that someone said they got shot and people don't believe it.
Because people lie.
But we saw her walking and the blood was dripping.
That doesn't mean you got shot.
What does that mean?
No,
anything could happen.
Because you ran over your foot.
No, but anything could happen.
And then there was gunpowder and everything inside your foot.
The discrepancy is, did Tory shoot her, right? Is that the discrepancy? Not
There are
that,
a few discrepancies.
Not whether, okay, the few discrepancies. I don't know all the ins and outs. But the main discrepancy isn't that she got shot, or was it that it was Tory Lanez who shot her?
I think it's both, you know.
Okay, there's a discrepancy whether or not she got shot at all.
Yeah, because I think she came out in the beginning and said she didn't get shot, right? Or am I
No,
wrong?
so basically what it was, she did get shot.
Okay.
Her foot was clearly bleeding.
Yeah.
She posted up her X-ray where it showed there was gunpowder and all that.
Yeah.
She showed all that stuff, her medical reports. She literally put all of this on her Instagram, signed by the doctor.
Okay.
But yes, I know that people talk about whether it was Tory that shot her, whatever it was. But also for me, like there was the reason why I wish, you know what it is? I'm so pissed off because I wish she just let the police arrest him that day. The reason why she didn't do it was because of, it was literally the wake of the whole police shooting with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Okay. And she said, I felt like I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. I really wish she should just let that happen, because she gave grace even in the, and this is what, oh gosh, this conversation is pissing me off, because this is what a lot of women do. Even when they've been harmed by whoever it is, by the man that they're close to, they still, even in that moment, protect them. She did that, even in that moment, still protected him. And then he used that as a way to then run from me like, well, if I really shot you, why didn't you tell the police? You know I didn't tell the police though. You know exactly because I thought you might die. So even in that, she put her feelings and put her hurt and her pain to the side to protect him, only for him to then start...
The thing you just cut, you know. As in, I couldn't hear Esther, but it's back now.
All right, how about now?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. It's so wild that two parties are saying completely two different things, right?
Yeah.
Apparently there's no sounds. Oh, that what you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I can hear you guys now though, so
right,
I don't know
cool.
if it sounds back.
Is it working now, everybody?
Obviously, there's a bit of a delay in there, but everyone's saying,
Yeah.
right now everyone's saying no sound.
All right,
no
cool.
sound.
Yeah, sound back, someone said.
Yeah. I need Megan to be telling the truth, right? Because the type of... Sorry.
It's true, actually. Why hasn't... Might be a silly question, but Kylie Jenner was there, right?
No, they left Kylie's party.
Oh, that's what happened. It disconnected from the flipping Bluetooth. Hello, caller.
Hello?
You were talking about, I said, gunpowder and X-ray.
Hello,
I was
good
talking
morning.
about the different things that she showed. Please use your brains. Don't piss me off this morning.
Hello.
I'm done talking, actually.
Oh, that's not working.
Thank God. I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, in my head, right, everything's going to be chaotic if she's lying, because a whole set of men are going to be getting on to women about everything and not just this particular issue. The fact that there's been so many different takes on this is wild to me.
Yeah. I am confused with all the conflicting stories. It's confusing, right?
That's mad. And such a big artist like Megan, it doesn't matter if Tory Lanez is big, because he was massive during the lockdown, innit? Brother, why is this not already sorted out?
Yeah. No, it's confusing.
Because it doesn't... Because it keeps...
Why is Drake...
It keeps not showing up to
Somebody's
court.
saying that this is just a throwaway line. Do you understand what has happened off the back of this throwaway line?
I don't think it's a throwaway line. I've read it again. It's not a throwaway line. I don't think it's even I don't think he's even doing a double entendre about butt shots, you know.
Exactly.
I don't.
Thank you, Kimmy Lee.
so.
Kimmy Lee is the only
look
person
at-
that's sent in the chat.
Even the words. This bitch lie about getting shot, not shot, but she's still a stallion. I don't think this is implying butt shots to me. This is exactly what it is.
But then, like Brenton saying, what does he know?
We don't know what he knows. The thing is,
Because why would you go out and say something like that?
yeah, I'm assuming Drake has spoken to, obviously, it's the industry, innit? Everyone knows each other. He's probably heard accounts from different people who were there, not just Tory. I'm not saying that the information Drake has gotten is the truth. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what's happening, bruv. But I know that he's definitely closer to it than we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The thing, all I'm trying to say is, right, like I said, I get where S is coming from, but I think it's just about recognizing there's a huge amount of people who don't believe her. And so they're not going to talk with that same sympathy that you're expecting.
But you
know
don't.
what I'm saying?
You don't.
And yes,
Drake does not speak for the people. Drake was not voted in by the people to be a representative of the people's thoughts.
of course not. But there's many people out there. Who've
I
been talking.
just think that for somebody who really cried and was really upset about somebody exposing that the fact that you had a child, I would think that you would be more sensitive. I'll be honest with you, I saw that and I was shocked. I would not have expected someone like Drake, who does the whole, I'm for women, I love women, I do this, and brother love. He does brother love more than flipping Diddy does. I would not have expected him to be the one to mock someone's trauma. And I just think that, for me, like, all these things just speaks a bigger issue in society. When a woman says this happened, why this is even a conversation for debate is beyond me. And I can't believe that even, like, I'm not understanding how people are rationalizing this. Like, someone said they got shot. Okay. Let the courts deal with it. If it comes out that isn't what the court, then cool, fair enough. But it's the fact that when women come and say something, there's always some form of rebuttal. There's always some form of, yeah, but what did she really do to prevent the situation? Or, but why did she have to go there? Did you have to ride in the same car? There's always some kind of foolishness, and it's just draining. And I'm done.
But it's like what you just said though. Like, and I'm not. I know you're not blaming her. I'm not blaming her, whatever. But it's like you said in the beginning. Like, if this whole thing is true, she was covering for him. So you've come out to say to police or say to the people a particular thing didn't happen. You've now gone back on that. So people are going to doubt what you say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't think it's fair to say everyone's reacting and basically saying, oh, you know, we're treating her like, you know, how they've treated black women in the past where we don't believe the narratives and this and
So that's exactly what it is, though.
No, but she's come out and said something that
Said what?
you've gone back on.
She didn't go back on being shot.
I'm pretty sure in the beginning she
It was glass.
it was glass. Thank you. That's what it was.
Yeah, because that's what she told the police.
Hold on,
Yeah, but she said it though.
She told the police that because in America, how is she going to tell the police that a black man just shot her when police just shot a black and a black woman? That's why she came up with the glass thing.
No, I get what you're saying, but you're giving a reason for her saying something.
I'm not giving a reason. I'm telling you why the woman said she said what she said. I'm telling you
That's
exactly
the reason.
what came from her mouth.
I understand.
She said that's what she told the police. And then the only reason why she then came out and told about the gun thing was because he then started, he knew what he did, but then he started running with the narrative of, well, yeah, I didn't do anything. And she's like, he started mocking her online. That's why she said, wait a minute, are you okay? And then that's when she then started releasing all the medical stuff and all that stuff that was meant to be confidential in the first place. So she did all of that because she tried to protect him because she didn't want him to get killed by the police in that moment. And then he then, with his short self, decided that this was the time to then be petty and then do all sorts of nonsense. He was speaking against her in public, which is why she said, wait a minute, I did this to protect you. What are you talking about? That is when she then literally said everything that she needs to say about what really happened. So it's not her going back on herself. Anyway, I'm really done with this conversation. It's pissing me the fuck off.
Again, someone just
That's what
saying
it's doing.
I should use my brain in the current climate in America with police brutality. We are lost. I think you need to use your brain. Listen very carefully to what I'm saying. People doubt what she said. Why do they doubt it? Because she said something different. It's very simple. This isn't complicated. Again, she may be telling the truth, 100%. She got shot, this and the third. She's shown the evidence. But there are people in the world who doubt it. Why? Because the person who got shot said, I didn't get shot. This is not rocket science. This isn't hard. Anyway.
What I'm going to say is when women say they've been through something, there's always some kind of, oh, did that really happen? Why did that happen? What did she do to provoke that situation? We need to look into that. People need to pay attention to that. That's what people need to do. Anyways, I'm done. Let's get into the People's Journal.
Sorry, and yes, we will be covering this once the courts have actually released the results. Obviously, we are a news platform.
Hold on, sorry. What's the current situation? Is it still in court? There's a court date coming
It's still in court. He's under house arrest from November because he broke his thing by talking about her again.
Yeah.
And he's got a restraining order not to be within a certain amount of yards.
Okay.
He broke that as well.
Yeah.
So he's basically going to be under house arrest from this month, at some point this month.
Okay.
Because he basically broke the bail. And when it comes to court as well, I don't believe he's showing up.
Okay.
Where he needs to be showing up. And clearly that's an innocent man, because if you're innocent, why would you not go to court?
This situation feels like it's just going to drag for so long, isn't it?
This is what's annoying, you know.
I don't think it is, to be honest.
Hopefully they wrap it up.
Hold on,
Yeah, I hear that.
When this happened?
That's why I'm questioning.
Yeah.
That's why because if Beyonce gets shot,
Yeah.
this is not dragging.
It's getting wrapped up in it.
This is not dragging.
ASAP.
I can't stop with the feminist angle because there is more to things than behold the eye. But you lot don't want to think of that, and that's okay. I'm not taking paracetamol for your headache or your lack of headache. But yeah.
Love you.
Yeah. Somebody just said he's actually on house arrest because he had a fight in August. Or fight with August.
Oh yes, it was August Asina, yeah. I reported on that actually, yeah.
Cool. Anyway, People's Journal. So the first thing I want to talk about is basically the Bank of England expects the UK to fall into the longest ever recession.
I want to get some more like sound effects.
Yeah, man. They pretty much just come out and warned that the UK is facing its longest recession since actual recording of recessions have begun. Right. Because it raised the interest rates by the most it has in 33 years. So this is more than the 2007, 2008 fiasco. Right. They're basically saying the UK would face a very challenging 2-year slump. Unemployment's kind of doubled, not kind of, it's nearly doubled they're projecting that it will almost double by 2025. And there's a bunch of other things I'm going to get into in a minute as well about the current state of things in the economy. But recently, I think it was just yesterday or 2 days ago, the Bank of England increased the interest rates to 3% from 2.25%, which is the biggest jump since 1989. Obviously, they're raising the rates, obviously, to try and bring down the high prices, the cost of living crisis, all this type of stuff, inflation, just to try and curb everything. Hopefully, they're saying they hope to not have to do this again or by as much as they just did. But it has been confirmed we are actually in a recession. You know what I'm saying? There's a few things that I guess everyone should kind of pay attention to because just to give you a certain picture of the economy, so you kind of understand what's kind of framing this particular narrative and why people are doing certain things as well. So, obviously, I'm going to speak in very layman's terms and stuff like that, but it's just important for people to know. So, like I said, first thing, we're set for a 2-year recession according to the Bank of England. Unemployment rate, they're projecting to almost double. They're saying it's set to rise significantly over the next 2 years to 6.4%. Currently, unemployment rate is 3.5%, which is the lowest level since 1974, right? But again, they're saying it could go up to 6.4% by 2025. Mortgages could rise even further than they have already, depending on obviously who your lender is. They're saying your mortgage could rise by like an extra £3,000 a year, which is crazy right now. Again, if you're shopping around and whatnot, you'll see that certain lenders are offering fixed rates of between like 5.5% and 6%. And just to think, about 2 months ago, for example, you could have got a fixed rate for 2%. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just crazy the way it's jumped. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side as well, they're saying that inflation is due to slow down next year. Like, remember, inflation is like a measure of the increase in the price of something over amount of time. It doesn't mean the prices will not continue to rise. It just means the rate at which they rise will slow down, which obviously is a good thing, because then it gives a chance for everything else to kind of, balance itself out pretty much. So hopefully that continues, and then the Bank of England wouldn't have to do this next thing, which is to continue to increase interest rates, as much as, they were first saying that they were looking to do it. So like I said, they put up the interest rate to try and control inflation. Don't need to go into why all of that's necessary and stuff like this, or the thinking behind it. I don't necessarily agree all the time in terms of like the technique in trying to do it, but again, that's what they're trying to do. But they are saying the way things are looking, it's not as bad as the way they saw things, let's just say a month ago, when the mini budget came out, for example. So there is some hope, right? But long story short, it will be a tough 2 years. The next thing I want to talk about is there's this mining company called Glencore, and there's a UK subsidiary of that particular company, and they have been ordered to pay more than £275 million because they've been bribing officials in Africa. So again, a lot of the time, especially me and Esther, we talk about how corrupt Nigeria is in certain countries and stuff like this. But remember, there's a system in place for that corruption to continue to thrive. You know what I'm saying? They're being bribed by people. And that money, which is right there, looks a lot more appealing than something else. You know what I'm saying? Which is putting in the work and creating the infrastructure in your own country to actually, export certain things, right? And do things for yourself as well in that particular country. Anyway, long story short, the company paid $26 million through agents and employees to officials of crude oil firms in Nigeria, Cameroon, and Ivory Coast between 2011 and 2016. So basically, these employees and agents were using private jets to literally transfer cash to pay these bribes. So, again, Esther would know, right? We hear about certain presidents taking cash dollars in Ghana must go bags and stuff like this.
And they're storing the houses.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous.
When people think this is liars, this is not liars. Again, this is a UK subsidiary on private jets taking cash to Nigeria, to Cameroon and Ivory Coast to bribe officials to make certain things go their way. Anyway, they've been caught and they've been ordered to pay a fine of £182.9 million, right, by Judge Peter Fraser in Southwark Crown Court. They've also approved £93.5 million be confiscated from the company. So along with 5 charges of bribery, the subsidiary admitted charges of failing to prevent agents from using bribes to secure oil contracts in Equatorial Guinea and South Sudan. So again, to get their way, they're just bribing people, man. And they're doing this in nations where obviously the people would find this money very, very appealing. It continues the cycle. So it's good that it's good to hear that these companies are being reprimanded for it. Hopefully it kind of deters people from, continuing that particular vein. But if you do enough research and stuff, you see that it's so many industries. I remember looking at a documentary about the whole palm oil industry and how certain companies have bribed officials as well to buy up land, to take land from people, to clear out the land so they can build their palm trees and this, that, and the third to produce palm oil. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is kind of bad for the environment as well. But again, they don't care. It's about the money. So yeah, long story short, a lot of these things happen in various industries. So it is kind of encouraging to see that they're cracking down on it to some degree anyway. That's it for the People's Journal, man. Nice and short today.
Yes.
All right, love it. Let's get into Sis, what would you do? DDA, may the good Lord keep you forever, keep you blessed, protected and cared for, so that you can continue to keep killing on air every weekday to come. Amen. And shout out to the rest of you guys. Each of you brings so much entertainment to all of my girls. I've put everybody I know onto listening to TDA daily, and every last one of my girls now swear by you. Love this. Please, please, please don't ever stop. Right, essentials out the way. I love that. Thank you. Babe, for real though, what would you do? I've been dating this fine-ass man for 3 months, and he's all the way doing and saying the right things to now take it up a notch. This guy is marriage material, but listen, please. The last 2 weeks, he has been Kanye West's biggest dick rider. It's been so insufferable. He's actually had an excuse for everything wayward that he has done over the last 2 weeks. And when sitting down to talk to him about it, he's even justified his behavior with every wild thing he's done over the last 10 years. Like every last thing. So my dilemma isn't that he has a difference of opinion to me on this wayward man, is that I actually think if you met him, he'd ask to kiss this man in the mouth. I don't feel comfortable that a man would dick ride another man in this manner. Surely it speaks to his judgment, right? Can he really be trusted? Is this the type of man that I should be raising kids with? What other stuff has he been hiding that will rub off on our children? He's going to be a role model, but I'm not seeing this type of idol worship as something that is healthy enough to pass down. Please note that I'm very much a different breed of woman than certain examples I see championed on the timeline. I very much want my man to have a certain mental makeup that doesn't play loosely with worshipping other men in the way he seems to be. But I'm still open to being told that I'm taking this too seriously and I shouldn't throw away a good man for something that gives me the ick in this way. Sis, what do you think? I'm 27, by the way, and I have no trouble attracting men. Yes, sis.
Ooh,
I love that.
Sorry.
If that matters. Girl, it does matter. I love that. Because I'm about to tell you to find another one. It does matter. My pro-black activist, you can chime in on this too. You know he will. You ain't got it.
I was thinking, was this about you, man? Yeah.
Thank you, guys, and love you. So I'm like you in a sense that I like my men to have a certain mental makeup. For me, when certain conversations are happening and people are like, oh, like, say, for example, the Kanye thing. Oh, it's just Kanye. It's not like it's... People act as if stuff like that is far removed from your reality. But I believe that the way a person will contribute to conversations and what their opinions are on conversations, what they say, all that kind of stuff, comes from how it is that they really do think. This kind of stuff would put me off the guy. Can't lie to you. I don't know that I can move forward in terms of moving forward in life with somebody like this, with this mindset, who can't think objectively, who thinks that, you know, he believes, because what Kanye's been doing has been mad. So any man that's out here fully doubling down and saying, no, Kanye's right. Yeah, I don't know if that's someone I would want to raise kids with personally. I definitely would not want to do that. I think me personally, what I would do, what would I do? I will personally not be moving forward onto intentional relationship with this person, because I think that it speaks of the mindset. It speaks of the mindset. It speaks of what he's like. And I think when other things now start coming into it as well, other areas of life, you will find that his mindset is his mindset is funny in those areas too. So yeah, that's what I would do.
I'm just intrigued to know what in particular he's agreeing with.
Everything. From the looks of it. She said he's justified everything, even what he's done over the last 10 years. So every single thing, from slavery as a choice all the way to what's the most recent thing he's done? The Shaq thing.
Sounds like a free thinker to me.
Yeah, I can't be with men like that. That is a...
I think he's just a big Kanye fan, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a big Kanye fan of his music.
See, for me, yeah, I think the key thing that I'm taking for what she's saying is the problem is not that I have a difference of opinion with this guy, right? So yeah, so my dilemma isn't that he has a difference of opinion to me on this wayward man. It's that I actually think if he met him, he would ask to kiss this man in the mouth. So this guy has actually gone to a next level. If you feel like that's the case, I know obviously you're not speaking literally. I hope not anyway. But, you know.
Was that what happened?
You know what I mean, man. hey. Right? Then, like, I get why you wouldn't want to, why you're questioning things. But I think you have to be honest with yourself. Is it really a case of you just not having a difference of opinion? Because the reality is this, right? There are many black people out there who are really for black families and black men having a voice and being able to express whatever they want, no matter what that means, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with black people like that. If you can converse with that person and they can give good points for their position, there shouldn't be no problem. To me, you know what I'm saying? You may learn something from him, and he also may learn something from your articulated points. But if it's a case of he's just like dick riding this guy to the nth degree, no matter what he does, right? then obviously it depends on you if you feel like, you've got the ick, man. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of just opinion, I don't think him defending Kanye West, especially even now with the whole antisemitism, with the White Lives Matter t-shirt, if everything else, you're saying he's husband material, I don't think it's the biggest deal, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm trying to think I'm trying to flip it. In my mind,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, what female, what woman could someone, my partner, idolize, and it turns me off. So I was just in my mind thinking like, this person is constantly bringing this person up. This person is trying to mirror them, and so just say it's Kim Kardashian. Oh, Kim would do this.
Yeah.
Kim would do that.
Yeah.
That will turn me off.
Yeah.
If someone's constantly bringing up someone, but Kim Kardashian said this, and big man. So if he's like literally just championing Kanye every single day, and he agrees with all the way with stuff he's doing, it is telling to his mindset and what he believes in as well, innit? And if he's letting Kanye's, whatever he's doing, infiltrate his way of life and what he does and how he moves forward, then it is a bit of a turn off, because it is telling to the type of person you are, maybe.
You know what?
You know what I mean? A little bit.
Yeah. I think you know what? I'm thinking about this again, right? If, for example, again, like you're saying, we were to flip it and make it a woman,
Yeah.
and this woman was idolizing, let's not say idolizing, but agreeing with every point Candace Owens was making.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that?
Exactly. And then me and her get into arguments about it, and I've got opposing views. It'll be frustrating, right?
Yeah, but I think it also depends on the type of person you are. Because me personally, I'm trying to think if I could do this for the rest of my life with this type of person. Because basically, she's talking about marriage material.
Yeah.
Candace Owens, to me, is a brilliant thinker.
Yeah.
Right? I think she's a very intelligent, brilliant woman, right? I don't agree with everything she says at all. I believe she does want some validation from white people. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
But the way she thinks, the way she can articulate herself, the way she can see things from an opposing angle and challenge me, right? I think that's necessary for us to have good dialogue and to bring up and to have a certain type of narrative and back and forth and just the way we think, the freeness of thinking, right? And to actually argue our points in our household. I think that would be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if she's so stubborn, where it's like, this particular thing is wrong, and you were just clearly just defending white people against our plight.
Yeah.
If this man of yours, right, goes to this to those lengths, then I think that's where you need to cut the line. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you call Candace Owens a brilliant thinker.
Kevin Thompson agreeing with you again.
Oh, is it? Big up Kevin, man.
Never a good sign.
Sometimes
I don't
it could
agree.
be.
I'm missing.
He was bigging up Esther earlier, so yeah.
I'm missing.
Brilliant. Yeah, I don't listen to Candace and think that she has original thoughts.
Okay.
I've heard every single argument that she's ever made, and she's normally on the other side of any, I guess, popular or mainstream particular narrative. And I believe she does a lot of stuff for clicks, right? So I don't want to accuse you of characterizing her brilliance, right? But I would like one example of why you feel she's brilliant, just because you said that she's brilliant.
Just because she
I
talks
believe
about-
that you're well read, 100%, and you've read many books of brilliant men and women. So I hold your particular measure of brilliant very high, but you've called her a brilliant thinker.
Yeah.
So just one example.
I think she's okay. One example, maybe just how I guess she's able to articulate the problems within the black community that we cause ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's one particular thing. She's not afraid to go against the grain and do that. And I think a lot of people feel as though, you're pandering to white people. But I don't think she was pandering to white people when she was talking about how everyone's trying to bully black men into going against Kanye West. So to me, that highlighted a sense of consistency here. Do I agree with Candace Owens trying to say, let's only deal with this and forget police brutality and forget the fact that we're being killed by police like dogs in the streets? 100% I do not agree. But it speaks to me that she's someone who can think about particular things and say, for me, this is what matters, right? The fact that abortion rates are crazy high for black people in America. We're killing ourselves more than any other community. This is crazy for us in America. Kanye West, you didn't like what he said, fine. But in this country, we should hold free speech there. And when he said his thing, people went for him. And when a particular community and other people were saying to black men, telling black men, ordering black men to do a particular thing, she was saying, no, these black men deserve to do what the hell they want. Don't bully me into do something. You know what I'm saying? So again, those are just examples of me saying, I think she's brilliant in the way she articulates herself, her arguments, and being able to think for herself. She doesn't just agree with people. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel, thank you very much for responding to that. Do you feel that she acts up for the white gaze? Do you think she seeks white validation?
I think so, yeah. And I think that's one of my biggest problems with her.
And do you think her content is shaped off the back of that?
A lot of it, 100%. And again, that's some of the reasons why I can't agree with her a lot of the time. But I can separate those things and hear the truth in what she's saying. This is why I also big her up as well. You know what I'm saying? Because more time, if you hear me speaking, a lot of the time, I'll be maybe criticizing her. You know what I'm saying? But I also believe if you're going to say something true, I can also big you up for speaking the truth.
Okay, so that she has a big platform and she's saying these unoriginal takes that you've heard black people say also, because I believe that you have heard black people say the things that she's saying, yes?
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about whether it's original or not?
Whether it's original?
Whether it's original or not?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't matter to me though. It's just her.
So you call her brilliant, innit?
Yeah, I think she's brilliant.
Just in the way she articulates herself though.
Yeah.
But not in the points that she
No,
makes.
even the points as well. I think even in the points. Her points, I don't think you have to be necessarily the first person to think a particular way to be labeled brilliant.
But that's why I say, is it the massive platform that she has that has you saying, well, she's being daring enough to basically go against the grain?
That contributes to it, yes.
But going against the grain, it serves her self-interest, right?
But it's also the fact that she's able to articulate herself under pressure and make sure her points come across. Nobody bullies Candice Owens.
Okay.
Like she could be, for example, in the PMQs and hold her own.
Okay.
And so I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I hear what you're saying. I don't agree with what you're saying, but I hear what you're saying. Cool. Thank you.
All right, cool.
All right, well, that's that. Let's get into our final headlines for today.
So the Bishop of Oxford has said Church of England clergy should be able to bless and marry gay couples. The Right Reverend Dr. Stephen Croft said he was sorry his views on same-sex marriage were slow to change and had caused genuine hurt, disagreement and pain. In an essay, he said clergy should also be allowed to marry a same-sex partner if they wished. But by law, no Church of England minister can bless or marry gay couples. So my thing here. The essay Together in Love and Faith sets out the ways Bishop Croft's own views on same-sex relationships has changed over the last decade. He wrote, I need to acknowledge the acute pain and distress of the LGBTQ plus people in the life of the church. I'm sorry that we have been slow as a church to reach better decisions and practice on these matters. I'm sorry that my own views were slow to change and that my actions and lack of action have caused genuine hurt, disagreement and pain. He added, any settlement must be found on love and respect. Love and respect for LGBTQ plus people and their families within and beyond the church. Love and respect for those who take different views. This love must be the hallmark of our debates and conduct through this season. So yeah, he's come out against the grain, man. He's saying that I guess the way his church are conducting things needs to change. And the next headline is about Donald Trump, Esther's friend. He's coming for you, Esther. So, actually, you know what? If Donald Trump, was to try to move to you,
Moves to me.
yeah. Let's just say,
like romantic, like
romantically. Let's just say he was 40 and not 70, whatever he is, yeah. He's 40.
Is he still white with that? What's it hair?
Yeah, and still thinks the way he thinks.
Okay.
Does he have a chance?
There's no way.
No chance.
No
He's a
way.
billionaire.
I don't care what he is.
No, I'm just reminding you.
I don't care. I don't care what he is.
All right, cool.
He's not a he's not an attractive white
Okay, cool.
for me to ever even think I'm going to go white. But he's not an attractive white.
All right. So, US President Donald Trump has dropped one of the strongest hints yet that he may run for the White House again. He told a crowd in Iowa that he's very, very, very probably do it again in 2024. Mr. Trump was speaking at the first of 4 rallies in 5 days as he campaigns for Republican candidates in next week's midterm elections. US President Joe Biden is also traveling across the country to get out the vote. Neither Mr. Biden nor Mr. Trump is on the ballot next Tuesday when American voters will decide the balance of power in the US Congress and key state governorships. But the midterms will set the US political landscape ahead of the presidential election in 2 years' time. On Thursday night, Mr. Trump, a Republican as we know, repeated his unfounded claim that he lost in 2020 because of widespread election fraud. This is what he said. I ran twice, I won twice, and did much better the second time than I did the first, getting millions more votes in 2020 than I got in 2016. And likewise, getting more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country by far. And now, in order to make our country successful and safe and glorious, I will very, very, very probably do it again, very soon. Get ready. Mr. Trump did win the most votes ever, 72 million for a sitting president in 2020. But obviously, as we know, he still lost to challenger, Mr. Biden, a Democrat who pulled in 81 million votes.
A zombie.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the conspiracy, yeah? That
He's not alive.
No. We know he's not.
No, that's the Nigerian president.
More so that basically there was this idea floating around that a woman will be a president one day, but they'll have to do it in a sneaky way. They would have to make her the vice president, and she'll become the president because that president will die. That's the way.
So like Camilla, what's her name?
Yes, exactly. Kamala Harris. This was said like decades ago. And now we see a guy who's on his way out.
I don't think it's a conspiracy though.
Yeah, I don't think it's a conspiracy.
Okay.
I think people
Is
just
this
didn't.
coincidence?
No, I think people just didn't think women could directly be voted in. So they just thought that's the best way. That's
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
their mind could take them at that time to imagine a woman being a president.
Isn't that just a theory of how a woman could become president as opposed to a conspiracy?
I'm only saying that because who was Obama's number 2?
Joe Biden.
Both times? Not both times. It was
Obama's 2. I thought it was Joe Biden, no?
Why would he? Not
I
be
don't remember the
both
second
times?
person. Why would he change the second person? The second term.
I don't know.
Let me,
But I
check.
feel like it wasn't.
Let me check.
I could be wrong though, of course. Yeah, anyway. The point I'm trying to make is the younger presidents who have not, got their presidency when they're bloody 70s and 80s and whatnot, didn't have female number 2s.
Yeah.
So why is it now an old guy gets a number 2 just like this particular person's saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of adds to the conspiracy out there.
But what's the motivation behind this conspiracy?
That's how you get a woman
America needs a female president?
Maybe. And basically, there could be people in positions of power who actually believe the public are not ready for a female president. Again, we've seen Hillary Clinton lose to Obama, lose to Biden.
I don't see a female...
lose to
I don't
Trump.
see a female president as that far-fetched. I don't see it as, wow. Like, if Hillary became president when she did, I wouldn't have thought anything of it.
Yes.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
I know, but if it did, I wouldn't have been like, oh my God.
But that's what I'm saying. The American public, some people think we're not ready for it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like here where we're used to. We had in the 70s Thatcher, so Theresa May and Truss wasn't the biggest. You know what I'm saying? But over there, it's never happened. And so they're saying for us to introduce the idea to make it a reality, maybe we gotta go through this particular route. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's in terms of waiting for him to die or killing him. I think killing him is extreme.
All right. Well,
Like-
maybe we'll revisit if he
So
goes.
when
If he
Biden
goes.
gets assassinated.
No. He's just old, man. He's old,
I know
And
he's old.
yeah,
So you think he's just going to die of natural causes soon?
potentially.
Yeah, have
man.
you seen some of these clips where he's talking and he just falls asleep?
Oh, is it? Oh, is he on the ropes?
Oh man.
Oh, he's like 80 something though, isn't
I
he?
didn't realize he was on the ropes.
I don't think he's on the rope. I think he's talking whilst he's on the ground. I said knocked out. Like he falls asleep in mid-sentence.
And he's actually if I'm not mistaken, younger than Trump.
Okay.
He's better than
Wait,
Trump.
can
though.
you check that?
I'm
Yeah,
checking
this
the
is-
age.
Wild
Yeah,
assertion.
Yeah, please check that.
He's 79,
Mm-hmm.
and Trump, age
No, Trump's like 73.
76.
76. Okay, so just 3 years.
Yes, Kevin, I'm a feminist still. Definitely.
No, but can we just focus on what you just did, man? I don't know.
What'd I do?
He's younger than Trump.
No, yeah, that's what I said. That I think he is.
Who? Joe Biden?
Yeah, that's why I'm pretty sure I heard it somewhere.
Why don't you check it?
No, we did.
Oh.
It's only 3 year gap.
But he's not younger.
I know.
What?
No, but he's saying,
What do you do?
considering how he looks,
Yeah.
you thought he'd be much older.
Yeah, just
much
based
older.
on that.
Yeah, much older. But I remember hearing something about the ages, innit? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
maybe
but
I heard,
I think Biden looks better than Trump.
what?
Biden. Have you ever looked at Trump's face?
And you mean he's more handsome? You mean?
More handsome? Or do you mean
Yeah,
like?
so he looks better. He's better looking than
Okay, cool.
Trump.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Trump's got a hell of wrinkles that his spray tan is stuck in between them.
I agree with you. I think he's more handsome than Trump. I'm putting myself.
It's Joe Biden's eyes for me that make
like
him.
death.
Yeah, he just
Not
his
the
eyes,
eyes
He
for
just
me.
looks like he's.
his eyes are so like they're closing in on him. I mean, no.
Yeah, man. He just
Let me
looks
look
like
at it again,
he's tired, man.
How can you say?
Tired. He's
Yeah,
dead.
man.
He looks fake to me anyway. He doesn't look like he's real. He looks like he's like a. I can't remember
Why
what
do you look keep
film
coming
it
for my age
was.
right now? It's confusing.
Say again?
He looks like he could be like
They
an
keep- They keep
alien.
coming for my age.
He looks like he's an
yeah,
alien
confusing.
that puts on a human suit.
Mm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And he derobes when he
Yeah,
gets
he's a
in.
skin.
That's what he looks like.
yeah.
to
His
me.
face looks like he could be
He
like.
looks fake.
No, I believe Kevin Spacey's behind this mask.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, man. This is
No, sorry, yeah, Biden's definitely better looking than Trump. Trump looks old.
and who's his number 2 now?
Kamala Harris.
Okay,
Joe, we did it.
Realize she's like, we don't hear about her at all, you know.
but
No, one time they were trying to get her out of here. The girls clocked. She's not for the girls.
we ain't heard from Condoleezza Rice for a while now. What was her role again?
Oh man, let me think if I get it wrong.
Was that
So something.
Candice's grandmother or something?
Who's?
No,
What?
Condoleezza Rice.
What?
Condoleezza
Condoleezza
Rice.
Rice.
I know, I heard what you said.
But you said she was Candice Owens' grandmother.
They're related, did they?
Oh my. She's something secretary or something. Let me hold on a second.
Oh, this is a crazy silence. Esther, what's your plans for the weekend?
I'm brunching. I'm brunching all weekend. Brunching tomorrow. Brunching on Sunday.
Yeah,
Gonna chill.
all the brunches.
Yep.
Secretary of State.
Yeah, that's it. She was
Secretary of
secretary of state. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Proverbs.
Yeah. Very intelligent woman, you know.
Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Isn't
think
she
everyone's
brilliant?
intelligent.
Isn't she brilliant?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that.
Yeah, she is. But yeah.
All right,
yeah,
we doing this weekend? What's going on right now? I feel like it's a somber tone.
No, we have another segment of the show.
Yeah,
I don't know what the lull is.
Yeah, all right. Let's.
And there's a bunch of teams here that do we care about.
Let me read this quickly. No, you don't have to read all of them.
Okay.
Just read at Arsenal. Man United.
Arsenal won. Zurich 0.
Yeah. Shout out Kieran Tierney on the goal. Passionate celebration. He's telling Arteta, stop picking Tomiyasu over me. I'm the left back. You know what I mean?
You watched the whole game?
Yeah, I watched the whole game still. Decent
Okay.
game still.
And you were open?
I was in
Oh,
the
I'm
Ned.
not talking about, of course not. Yeah,
I had my
yeah.
eyes on Reece the whole game, but
Oh, how was he? How did he perform?
all right in spells, but nah, he was annoying me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm more interested in this Kyrie Irving story, to be fair.
So
Yeah.
I've been waiting to.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. I just wanted to join in the reaction bit when you talk about Arsenal. I got a couple of questions for the Arsenal fans today.
All right, what's your
So
name?
you keep it's Mo again from Denmark.
All right, thank you very
I
much.
know I recognize the voice. I was like, this sounds familiar. Yeah, no, we're on.
I only get to listen to you on Fridays live, innit? Because the other days I'm usually asleep. I work in the night and I get to listen on Spotify in the night time. So yeah.
Okay, nice.
But I remember to still like it because you say it so many times. Don't worry.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. No worries. Carry on. Let's go.
No. Listen, I'm joining the show.
I like him. He said, I'm doing this.
No, wait. We're on the Arsenal
Bit now.
part now.
So what's your question?
Okay. What did you say? You didn't say anything about them though.
We did. We said that they won 1-0. Kieran Tierney scored. I said I was watching Reece.
That was a very good goal, by the way.
It was a good goal still.
Very good goal.
Like Kieran's proved that he's got a little strike on him still. So yeah. But apart from that, we managed to seal top spot in the group, which means we avoid playing another game before the round of 16. So all in all, it's all good. You know what I mean?
It's all good. Yeah. Would you expect from Arsenal this season though? What do you think? Where do you think they're getting to?
I expect Arsenal.
Like, what would you be happy with? What would you be happy with? What number would you be happy with?
I'll be happy with anywhere between 1 and 4. You know what I mean?
100%.
1 and 4. That's it. Like for me, Arsenal has to finish top 4. Arsenal, you're gone.
The one Marks goes crazy at you for no reason. 1 to 4. I'd say maybe 2 to 4. 1 would be a bonus.
2 to 4.
Right?
Yeah. No, of course. If
2 to 4.
If Arsenal win the league this season, that's a big bonus. I don't expect it, but if it happens, listen, I'll grab it with both arms for sure. But if Arsenal fall out of the top,
would you say?
Go on.
Yeah, would you say it's as close as Leicester winning the league if Arsenal take it this year? It's that kind of surprise. Would you say that?
I don't think it's that kind of surprise because historically we are a better team than Leicester, and Leicester winning the league was more of an anomaly than Arsenal winning the league. But trust me, I'll be surprised if Arsenal win the league this season. I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. Hold on, what team do you support?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm an Arsenal fan. I just wanted to know who you lot think.
Why are you
Because I feel like because I feel like I'm so pissed off Mark is not here. But because I feel like he always gets onto you lot for no reason. It's not like you lot are saying crazy stuff. You're like me, basically. You're expecting anything. Even if you get a 4th, you'd be happy with it. Expecting where you were last year, right?
Yeah.
Where we was last year.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. Marks always talks like you lot say something in the background, like when you lot are recording, then you lot feel like maybe Arsenal are going to finish first and Arsenal are this amazing team. He makes it seem like that, doesn't he?
He does. But Marcus is a hater. Off camera, he said that he does it on purpose, so it's fine.
It's all right then. That is all good still. I'll say because after last season, the way it finished, I wasn't expecting Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I got 4th this year before a ball was kicked, I would have taken it from day one. But the more I watch them, I'm just creeping up. I'm like, yeah, I'll take 3rd now. I'll take 2nd. But I'm not gonna lie, I haven't got to that stage where I have any belief that Arsenal are gonna win the league. Like, I'm still like, man, it's Man City's to lose.
Yeah, same here. I think
right.
If we're still, you know, top 2, top 3, come, you know, after the World Cup, maybe I don't know, March or something. I might
after February because you know what happens to us in February.
And then
if we're top of the league on 1st of March, I say it's a 50-50 coin, flick of the coin, depending on how many points we're ahead, right?
Yeah, and depending on
we've
what
got 10
they
points
do in the transfer window as well.
Arsenal.
Yeah, if we make some good additions in January, strengthen the squads.
Yeah.
If the points difference isn't that vast come February or March, I'll start to believe a little bit. But as of now, I'm keeping grounded. All it is for me is top 4,
grounded
Champions League qualification, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah. What do you think about Partey though? I feel like Partey he's looking like the number 1 sheet on the team sheet. When the team sheet gets open, Partey should be playing nowadays.
This is your last question about Arsenal, by the way, Mo. We got quite a few different topics to discuss in this segment.
I know. I'm leaving you there. Don't worry.
That's all right. You can stay, but we're gonna move away from this.
All right, no problem. Okay, carry on. All right, then.
Just put your feet
tell
up.
me this, and who do you think is the first player on the team? Do you both just pick one and that's it, and we move on? I'll listen to the rest.
All right. If everyone's fit, the first player on the team.
Everyone's fit.
the first team sheet.
E-Man don't need to say nothing because I feel like E-Man is a second-class fan. Like, he doesn't even know they're starting 11. Am I lying, though?
No, Mo,
Does he know the
Mo,
starting 11?
You're right, you know.
Yeah.
And the reason why
I
is
know.
because,
Come on.
hey, I went through a lot with Arsenal, man. You know what I'm saying? I felt like
Same here. I cried with them. Don't worry. We all know
it's
it.
tough, man. It's tough. But, you know, I'm coming back.
I'm not far off you man's ages, so trust me, I know.
If everyone's
All
fit,
around the same ages.
if everyone's fit, first name on the team sheet. There's a lot of players to be fair, but I'll just pick one. I'll say Saka.
Go on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Yeah. And Brent?
First name, I would pick. Oh, I'll pick
Ramsdale.
Jesus.
Ramsdale.
Like, without him, the team would be like down.
Jesus.
Who would you pick? Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good shots still. But I just feel like without Partey, the midfield is collapsing.
It's true, but you know,
That's what I would always.
Partey's under.
I know.
He's under. You know what I mean? A bit of you know what I mean? I can't really think about Tottenham's.
I follow Esther's rules. Innocent till proven guilty. Hasn't been proven guilty, so he's innocent. All right.
Thank you, Mo.
Let's go.
That's the best.
No worries, man.
Mo was kidding me. That's the best.
Now, big up you, man, as well. I want to shout you, man. This is the best show I've listened to. You, man, do your thing and all of that. And with, was there not supposed to be a subscription for this thing? I signed up long time ago, but you've never taken any money from me.
Nah, so...
Wait, you be keeping money?
No, he said I've never taken money from him.
I'm joking, man.
Yeah.
He's never taken.
We've been reporting on the cost of living crisis for a while, and we decided that we're going to hold off on that until we're in better times. So we're gonna announce.
You're better
when you
human
call
being
in, you
than I
need to
am.
let us talk in it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Go.
It's probably delayed.
All right.
You're probably not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Definitely not. All
All
right.
right, good. All right, so thank you very much. You can continue listening, but I've got to cut
I'm
the call.
listening in. Oh, okay, no problem.
All right,
I'll
thank you.
go
'Cause
back
I know
and
you're gonna
delete.
chime in again.
Yeah.
man.
No. All right.
Thank you, Mo,
problem.
man.
Cheers.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too,
Good
man.
weekend and that.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. So man, Man United won as well. They didn't top the group.
No, they don't. So they could have a tough match in the next round. Yeah, because there's some good teams that have fallen in, man. Juve, Barca, Sevilla, quite a few still. So we'll see. We'll see.
Ten Hag was talking about basically he admitted that Man United they lacked the firepower up front, man. Because I think they lost in goal difference. As in they came second because of goal difference. Yeah. So he's basically saying, look, man, we need to improve our forwards, man. Our options.
They got better options, man. They got Martial, they got Rashford, they got Ronaldo, they got Ngala, they got Sancho, Anthony. But there's a lot of options, man.
But I guess he's saying all of them guys ain't good. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. All right. So let's go on to NBA, man.
Yeah, man.
Kyrie Irving. Okay. So I don't know where to start. So at the moment, yeah. In fact, let's go back a bit. This started with Kyrie Irving retweeting. Brent, you know the story as well, innit? So correct me if I go wrong somewhere, yeah? It started with him retweeting a film/book called From Hebrews to Negroes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the publication was, but yeah.
Yeah.
So this is...
So he basically was saying, okay, well, he didn't say anything. He just retweeted it.
Yeah,
right?
or I think it was an Insta post.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
On Twitter, I believe.
Right? Was it Twitter? Okay.
Yeah. And so people getting onto him and basically saying it's anti-Semitic. He is being anti-Semitic, right? And, basically saying that particular book, film, whatever, is full of anti-Semitic tropes and things of that nature. You had people coming out like Shaq in the interview saying, and this is what I hated as well, that he called Kyrie Irving an idiot. Charles Barkley called him an idiot. Charles Barkley said he needs to be suspended. He said the NBA have suspended people for saying homophobic slurs, for things of that nature. I don't know how a homophobic slur is equated to him retweeting these type of things. You know what I'm saying? again, it's not even things, it's this particular thing, right? I don't see how he can equate the two. But you're always going to get black people out there, you know, doing the job for these other people. And so, from then on, he then came out and he actually, he put out a post, or rather he was asked about a particular thing. Yeah, he was asked, I think, after a game. And this is what I kind of want to play so you can kind of hear his perspective and whatnot. Are we kind of quick with it because it is like 6 minutes? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hindsight, are you sorry for the hurt that your post caused people?
I take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, and the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary. So I take my responsibility.
It seems like Adam sort of wanted to hear the word "I apologize," or in your mind you said, "I didn't mean to cause any harm." Were you apologizing, or did you not?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you don't believe represent your cause?
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
Kyrie, are you surprised that you did hurt people?
Surprised that I did hurt people?
Are you surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through and the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community and I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create and it was something I shared and I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility, then that's where I sit. So, you know, these same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. So I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it, for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with generations of time. I'm just here to continue to expose things that our world continues to put in darkness. I'm a light. I'm a beacon of light. That's what I'm here to do. You guys ask me questions about basketball, I give you my expert opinion. You guys ask me about other things, I give you my opinion, and it's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is. You guys investigate my life every day, and you justify it by serving your own purpose, which I honor. I would like the same respect in return, figuring out just like anyone else. So please keep that same energy when we're talking about anti-other things, because just because I post a documentary doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic, and doesn't mean I'm automatically standing with everyone that is believing in that. So it's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I can stand on the truth, because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be, looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth, and I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I studied. I know the Oxford Dictionary, you look it up, right? Just one of the biggest mistakes I had in being a kid was not knowing European or Western language until I started looking it up and understanding the definitions and why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in a book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from, like a tree with roots.
Kyrie, the documentary listed.
Yeah, so that's what he said, yeah. There's the other stuff as well when they basically asked him about being anti-Semitic. He said, I can't be anti-Semitic because I know where I'm from, or I know who I am, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So basically, they were trying to get him to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you heard what you said, right?
Yeah.
Cool. The Nets basically came out right after and said, we have decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies a series of objective remedial measures that address the harmful impact of his conduct, and the suspension period served is no less than 5 games. We were dismayed today when given an opportunity in a media session, the one you just heard, that Kyrie refused to unequivocally say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs, nor acknowledge specific hateful material in the film. This was not the first time he had the opportunity but failed to clarify. Such failure to disavow anti-Semitism, when given a clear opportunity to do so, is deeply disturbing. It's against the values of our organisation and constitutes conduct detrimental to the team. Accordingly, we are of the view that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. So he was suspended.
Kyrie's time with the Brooklyn Nets is ticking. It's ticking still. I think it's a bit unfair.
You think it's unfair?
Because they're basically saying we're not satisfied with your apology.
Do you feel like he apologised? Because
At the start, yeah. I think he started off apologising without saying the word sorry. Then later on, he kind of almost doubled down on his stance. He explained himself to me anyway. I don't know.
All right.
Didn't he say a few different things in that particular recording?
Yes, he did, Brent. Okay, another call.
That's more again.
And are you finished with the timeline, Emmanuel?
Yeah. There's one last thing which just happened yesterday. So, okay, cool. Well, I'll just say, basically, he got suspended.
Yeah.
He also offered 500k to, I believe it's the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL. I think it was to them or another Jewish organization. Apparently, after the suspension, they gave him the money back.
Yeah, but you can't. If you say something to a community that they take offense with, you can't offer them money. That's distasteful.
No, but
Timeline.
Yeah, go.
Sorry, Emmanuel. Did he give the money before he did this thing, and they've now returned the money because they're like, this dirty money now?
What is this thing exactly? So I know exactly
What he's
This
that's
incident
retweeting
right now that we're
himself.
reporting on.
As in the interview.
Yes.
I think it was before.
Because it makes sense for them to give him back, yes?
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yes, it wasn't afterwards, Esther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically that's all happened, this and the third. And no, but Esther, you're not saying afterwards, after this particular thing, are you? Talk about after the post.
He gave them the money. I thought he gave them the money like after the whole
offending him.
post.
Yeah, it was after the post.
Yeah, after the post.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
after this interview, bro.
So,
Yeah,
wait. So after he made the post, he then donated 500k to this charity.
Yeah.
And after this interview, they've now given back the money.
I believe so, because they're basically saying there's no apology. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not too sure if the 500k came just before the interview or at the same time as the interview. Yeah. It definitely came after the post, though, because that's what all of this is about.
Okay.
Can we foresee?
Emmanuel's not finished yet, you know.
No, this is.
Yeah,
what do you mean? This is.
No, he hasn't finished yet. The timeline.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the
He knows
last
what I'm talking
thing,
about.
the last thing to add, right, is that now he's apologized. So this just happened literally, I think, a few hours. As in,
okay.
last night type thing, right? In our time. And basically, this is what he said. He said, while doing research on YHWH, which is Yahweh, I posted a documentary that contained some false anti-Semitic statements, narratives, and language that were untrue and offensive to the Jewish race/religion. And I take full accountability and responsibly, I guess he obviously means responsibility for my actions. I'm grateful to have a big platform to share knowledge, and I want to move forward by having an open dialogue to learn more and grow from this. To all Jewish families and communities that are hurt and affected from my post, I'm deeply sorry to have caused you pain, and I apologize. I initially reacted out of emotion to being unjustly labeled anti-Semitic, instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary. I want to clarify any confusion on where I stand fighting against anti-Semitism by apologizing for posting the documentary without context and a factual explanation outlining the specific beliefs in the documentary I agreed with and disagreed with. I had no intentions to disrespect any Jewish cultural history regarding the Holocaust or perpetuate any hate. I'm learning from this unfortunate event and hope we can find understanding between us all. I'm no different to any other human being. I am a seeker of truth and knowledge, and I know who I am. I know who I am.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm done now.
Okay. What I was gonna say was, Do we foresee a similar situation with Kyrie that we saw with Colin Kaepernick, where he's kind of like exiled from the NBA for his, his activism, should I say?
I think Kaepernick was kind of given praise though afterwards, wasn't he? He got Nike deals and.
No, but what I mean is he hasn't played for an NFL team since. Is what I'm saying.
I don't think so because respectfully, Kaepernick is not on the level of Kyrie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I never knew. I always thought that. Obviously, I'm not a big NFL fan, innit?
Yeah.
So I never knew who Kaepernick was prior to that, innit? And I never knew what tier of play he was. Like, was he an elite player? Was he a good player?
Yeah.
Because it's harder, I think, for teams to
100%.
get rid of players who are elite. You know what I mean?
100%.
If you're a media player, then they
Gone.
dismiss you, innit?
Exactly. So yeah, that's the situation with Kyrie. I think it's quite unfortunate, this particular thing happening. I think another unfortunate thing is the fact that we had black people coming out against him. Like Shaq, I'm disappointed in Shaq, man. I don't want to talk too negatively about him. I don't know him as a person, obviously. But to come out and call him an idiot, as if he's a little boy, right? Saying basically, because Shaq basically said, look, I was one of the first people on Twitter, and I recognized the power I had. And so to me, I was conscious of what I was saying. And I could tell that this guy is not conscious. And now I'm on this show having to talk about this idiot, about what he's done, this, that, and the third. Charles Barkley.
He's right though.
Huh?
He's right though.
What's he right about?
He should be conscious. Remember, I don't know, was it off air we talked about this thing? Because I know we talked about it this week, this Kyrie thing.
Okay.
And I said, you should be, like, there are consequences for things that you do like that. I just feel like if you're someone who's a public figure or whatever it is, and you're known and whatever it is, you can't post certain things and not expect there to be consequences. Shaq is right, because there is online etiquette. You've seen this happen time and time again with other people. Why would you think that you're going to be exempt? So yes, Kyrie should have seen this coming.
I think.
Did you really, especially when they're really with all this Kanye stuff that's going on? Why would you really think so? I get Shaq's frustration, because it is a case where you should have online etiquette.
Okay.
But now you've done this. Now I'm a black man having to talk about you, and you're foolish. Yeah, you are. It's annoying.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh.
How's it going? You're right. Morning.
Yeah, morning, guys. I just wanted to just ask a question, yeah.
What's your name, please?
Rash.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask a question, yeah. Is like this whole thing, I think, is kind of linked to what Kanye was talking. His bigger point of what he was talking about, yeah. Like
Sorry,
anything.
we can't agree with you. We've got a platform.
No, I need for you to articulate what it is, because Kanye said a lot of different things. I need you to articulate what it is that you think it was talking about.
Basically, I believe his bigger point was, yeah, that as soon as you do anything relating to Jewish people, they're quick to shut you down. Like Kyrie Irving, he just posted a link, I think, yeah, and majority of, I watched it after the movie. The majority of the movie is about black people who were the first Israelites, the first Jews. Yeah. Okay, there's a few negative stuff said about the current Jews, the people who claim to be Jews now. Yeah. But the biggest thing was about black people and showing black people how and where they came from. And I feel like that's always overshadowed by the current Jews and how they see things and everything. And it was always black people that's always turning against each other. Like, why is Shaq? Why is Charles Barkley? Why is Stephen A, Shannon Sharp, all of them getting onto Kyrie rather than highlighting the good things about the book? That's the one thing I don't get.
Yeah.
So what were the good things about the book that you think that they should highlight?
Just where black people came from, where a majority of black people came from.
So, Emmanuel,
Like
do you believe that the majority of black people are
Israelites.
Jewish?
So say that again, bro.
You just said the majority of black people are Jews.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No, of course not.
Why not?
because like look how small Israel is, man. That's not
Please
even
articulate it. So, because
yeah, but I don't
Okay.
claims, yes.
no, but I don't think Rash is saying. But
No. Look, okay. So, yeah. Sorry, I said I spoke wrong. Not the
Yeah.
majority of black people. The majority of Jews. Majority of Jews are black people. And that's where the majority of Jews are from. Black Jews are from.
Okay.
The majority of Jews are black people. Manuel?
Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Are you saying?
From
Are you basically saying?
majority of Jews.
Are you saying? Sorry. Are you saying historically, or are you talking about right now? If you were to actually look at.
No. Historically.
Okay.
Historically, the blacks were the first Jews.
Okay. Cool. I mean,
And that's what the book or the film is highlighting.
yeah. Okay.
From Hebrew to Negro.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's what the book's highlighting, but nobody's highlighting that point. They're all highlighting the negative stuff,
But
which is a small portion of the movie.
and I think you know what the thing is, right? And this is why again I agree with what Esther was saying. Also with Shaq, in terms of people understanding, with this freedom, with Twitter comes a level of responsibility. If you put certain things out there, understand certain things can come back. I fully understand and agree with that. Fine. I don't believe he should have been called an idiot though. You know what I'm saying? He's not a child. The man has the ability to say, you know what, guys, look at this documentary. He's the influential figure, right? And if he wants to get black people to look at the documentary, for example, how else is he going to do it? Is he going to DM us individually? You know what I'm saying? I get maybe he could have said, guys, be careful with what you're taking in here, but look at this. But still, I don't think he's going to come out and say, like, people don't necessarily do that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I think it's a bit harsh. I think he just wanted people, black people, to actually look at the documentary and kind of understand that, look, your history that you're not allowed to talk about or being framed in a particular way, made to be seen in a particular way for talking about, you need to learn about, basically. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, even though he's apologized, he said, I know who I am. That I am is very key if you're reading between the lines. You know what I'm saying? So, again, yeah, Brent.
Yeah, so the whole reading in between the lines is what it is that we've been doing for a lot of these individuals who've come out and then gone back to retract certain statements. For example, this guy sounds more articulate and knowledgeable than Kanye West, right?
Yeah,
Would you agree?
Yeah.
I believe he's more well-read than Kanye West.
Yeah.
And I believe that that particular retraction was sincere. I don't believe that his publicist has typed it up. Maybe I'm wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
I take that as him saying, I hold my hands up. I apologize for the things that I did that was inaccurate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he was very clear as to what it is that he was apologizing for.
Yeah.
And I do believe that they are going to take his apology as sincere. You've also said that last line was like, all right, they try to get me out of here, but I'm still here. I'm still fighting.
Yeah.
And you are telling me or telling the people who are listening that he's still holding the particular beliefs that he initially suggested that he believed, right? Off the back of that last line.
Okay.
And now I find it interesting how we can take him at his word with his sincere apology, his articulated apology, but we must now read into that last line in the manner in which is just it refutes everything else that he had just said.
It doesn't refute an apology. Why does it refute that?
Initially, they accused him of being anti-Semitic, yes? And he's like, I can't be because of this, yes?
Yeah.
And then he was like, wait a minute, oh my goodness, I've just read this, and I now need to apologize for mistakenly saying this.
No, I think you're mixing things up. He's upset that you've called him anti-Semitic because he posted something, right? You've not asked him what he agrees with or what he disagrees with. The fact is, I just posted this. Is the thing filled with some things that can be considered anti-Semitic? Yes. That's what he's apologizing for. For the misinformation, for the things that's wrong, for the things you guys find hateful, right? Whatever it may be. And being offended, this, that, and the third. But there's truth in here. You know what I'm saying? There's truth in there. I think, again, I've not read it. Rash has so he's seen the film, right? I've not seen the film or read the book, right? But from what I heard, what's the white guy with Sharp?
Sharp.
Yeah, sorry, Shannon Sharp.
Oh, Skip Bayless.
Skip. From what Skip was saying, he said, I think in the actual film, they were kind of denying the Holocaust. So stuff like that, right? Kyrie, I believe, is apologizing for that misinformation. All that bollocks in there that denies the Holocaust and all that rubbish, he's apologizing for. But the information that links black people to Israel, to being Jews, he's not apologizing for, Brent.
Right.
He's telling you that's who I am.
All right, so I hear you. So we can clear this up.
Okay.
You believe it's historically accurate that some black people were Jews, yes?
I personally believe there's a strong case for it. I can't say necessarily because I believe there's a strong case for it. You know what I'm saying? And so my angle is, since there's a strong case for it, right? Why are you shutting down people who believe this particular thing?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
So you believe maybe
Yeah,
some black people are Jews,
of course.
right?
As in, you're talking ethnicity-wise, right?
It's-
Because
I'm-
there's black Jews right now. We know it for a fact.
All right, and I'm guessing this is what it is that Kanye is talking about in
Yes.
Kyrie Irving's talking about, yes?
Because, yeah.
And he believes that he's a descendant of one of those Jews, yes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
When Kanye says this, when Kyrie says this, they believe that they are descendants from those particular black Jews?
Yes.
All right, okay. So they've traced their history.
No, they've not. They've not done no DNA, Brent. they actually believe, in terms of the prophecies, in terms of the things that we've gone through, in terms of certain things, in terms of migration patterns of black people, African people, right? I believe I'm one of them. Yes.
All right.
You
Is
know what I'm saying?
it erroneous to basically suggest that all black people are Jews?
100%.
And Kanye West shouldn't be saying that, basically.
I don't think he said all black people are Jews
He basically said, I can't be anti-Semitic because,
I'm a Jew.
yeah.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with all black people?
Okay, so my bad. I'm probably just filling in gaps where I shouldn't be.
Yes.
So he definitely doesn't think that all black people are Jewish.
I can't say he definitely, but I'm
The
saying that he
thing
didn't
is,
say all
you are
black
allowed to
people.
read in between the lines of what Kanye West is
Yeah,
saying, but I'm
yeah.
also reading between the lines of what Kanye West is saying.
Yeah, but we're both seeing the same message, and I don't believe he's saying all black people are Jews. That doesn't make no sense. The Jewish nation is not the original nation of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, black people human beings came from Africa. There are more black people in Africa than in the Jewish state.
So what Kanye
ever.
West is basically saying is a portion of these black people are the original Jews.
Yes.
And everybody who came afterwards co-opted this particular thing and blah, blah, blah. Yes?
I'm not saying that Kanye
Do you
West
believe that they were...
Wait.
I know. Wait. Do you
Okay,
believe
go
that
on.
they were white people, Europeans, who were Jews before black people were Jews?
From that argument, no. But again, I don't know. I don't know. I'm
You don't
articulating
believe
that
that
argument.
there were white people that
We're Jewish
were
before
Jew
black people.
before black people?
No, because if I'm talking about from that argument, you know, I can't say for myself.
Not from
Brent.
that argument.
No, I'm telling you why.
Historically,
Yes.
do you think that white people were Jews before black people?
Okay, cool. Let me answer it this way. And people may think I'm tap dancing, but let me answer it this way. When you say black people, what exactly do you mean? Do you mean African people? Or do you just mean... Because remember, black is a context. It's about context, right? So I want to be very clear here. That particular region, they're melanated people. Those people...
Which region?
Where Israel is today,
Okay.
right? That particular region is historically melanated.
When you say melanated, are you talking about black?
Yes, brown and black people.
When you say brown and black?
This is why I said to you, what are we talking about?
I'm
Because
asking
we're not talking
you
about...
to clarify what
Okay.
you are saying.
Okay,
when you
cool.
say brown and black, is that all shades of black?
Yeah.
All right, so it's pointless then, because you're basically saying the whole world was basically black.
No. I'm not saying that because in Europe, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we're talking about a time where it actually mattered. We're not talking about Neanderthals and them and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, for example, when the actual belief system, being a Jew, being a Hebrew came about, these people came, at least according to most scholars, they came from Canaan, right? Canaan, where it's situated, right next to Egypt. Those particular people would have looked the same. The ancient Egyptians, right? People from Kemet, right? From 3,000, 4,000, 6,000 years ago, right? Are not the same people there today. The people there today are Arabs. The people back then, right? Some of their lineage is still there today. They're second-class citizens in Egypt. In Egypt, by the way, yeah? Cool. But those particular people looked a particular way. They are not as black as me, as sub-Saharan Africans, right? Some may argue, in fact, they actually were, if you go back enough, right? But when that civilization identified itself as Hebrew or Canaanite, right? Those particular people look like a lot of the people in that area, right? Like the Nubians, the ancient Egyptians, things of that nature. That's what I'm saying.
How did that change from black to white in that particular region?
How did it change from black to white?
Yeah, in that particular region.
I need to understand you properly though here, because
this same thing when you said those people in the region, as in Israel, yes?
Yeah. Okay.
You said they were just a shade of black, yes?
Yeah, different shades of black. Remember, we come in all different shades.
Yeah, you said different shades of black.
Yeah, but I just want to be clear though. The darker hue, like me, like you, all of us in here, sub-Saharan African, right? A lot of us, right? Cool. Those particular people looked a bit different to us, but they're still considered melanated, right? If you see one of them today, right? For example, you grew up with them in school, whatever, you would say that's a black person. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're saying right now, if you go to Israel, majority of Jewish people, I don't say majority of Jewish people, right? But a lot of people in Israel are white. They're actually white European. Why are they white European? Because they came from Europe.
Wait. I mentioned the Europeans before, and you had said those that actually were enslaved were they were bloody black, just a different shade of black, yes?
Yeah.
These people that were enslaved, they were just black, yes?
Enslaved by who? The Egyptians?
Yes.
Yeah, during the Exodus?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were black, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they look exactly like the Egyptians.
Yeah. Cool. And these are the ones who went on to be called the original Jews, yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
Who are called the original.
Yeah, so I said,
from that perspective, yeah.
So as I said, from that particular time, how did it move so quickly from...
Okay. It's not so quickly, Ben. It's over thousands of years.
When I say so quickly, I'm talking about
cool.
from the period we are talking about, when they're black to now white.
Because you had migrations. So people moved, and Judaism also, again, there's a belief in Hebrew culture that you are what your father is. So if I'm a black Hebrew and I have a child with a white woman, that child is mixed race now, right? But as far as I'm concerned, and my culture is concerned, that child is a Hebrew. No different to me, Brent. You understand what I'm saying? But there's a change there. And so as things occurred, people were dispersed. Remember, we had different exiles in Israel. In AD 70, the temple was destroyed. You also had the Babylonian exile as well. Different times in history when Jews were dispersed around the world. You can trace them, the DNA as well, to Sephardic Jews, which are, you find them in like Spain, them type of areas there, North Africa, you know what I'm saying? You also got, again, basically just bare different Jewish people, right? Or people that link themselves back to the promised land in Israel, right? But again, you also had a group, according to a particular perspective, that migrated to Europe, stayed amongst themselves, did certain things, whatever. And I guess with time, whatever it may be, they are the white Europeans, they're the European Jews that we know today. And so they have come back. Remember, Israel was not a state before 1948. Israel didn't exist, right? Now it does. And there was a migration of European Jews back to Israel. And those who you see there, who look white, for example, are those people.
So what you're saying, and I will kind of come back to this over the weekend. Okay. I'm going to do some research and come back to you next week. Yeah?
Good.
Because what you're talking about, I would like to basically find this information out, because it always puzzled me why certain people were moving mad with this whole you guys aren't the original Jews stuff, and it's black people, right? So I'm going to come back to you on that. But what you're saying in my head is that these black original Hebrews started sleeping with white Europeans?
That's not what I'm saying.
So I want to know how it got to...
There would just be changes as well. I remember people were converted to different belief systems.
No, I'm
Things
talking about
changed.
the skin.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I said belief systems. I'm talking about the skin.
No, but that's what I'm saying to
being
you, Brett.
black to being white, how did that happen? Some mixing needed to have happened, right?
Yes, but I'm also talking about belief systems. Some people are not, I guess, the original because you would have converted to my belief system. That's what I'm saying to you. So there's no mixing involved. You just now have taken on my belief system as well, for example. I'm saying there's different perspectives.
What you're saying is that those blacks that were Jews, the Hebrews, yes, they didn't mix with the Europeans.
I'm not saying that they didn't, Brent. I'm giving you the different things.
You're giving me different options.
Yes, there's different perspectives.
So are you saying there is an option where some of the blacks mix with the whites?
Potentially, of course there is.
But
yes.
I'm asking you if
no,
that's
but
possible.
you're telling me that that's the thing I'm saying. I'm not saying that is the
One
thing.
of the options is the mixing.
Exactly.
The second option isn't the mixing at all. It's just
conversion.
Europeans basically saying, I am now going to say I am Jewish, yes?
I'm not saying I'm now. But, just like any other type of
I'm only trying to simplify it because I understand things in a simplified way. And
I just don't want it to sound so flippant, that's all.
No,
I get you.
I apologize if it is, I'm sounding flippant, but in my head, I'm hearing everything you're saying, but I need to translate it into simple logic to me, right? All right, anyway, I've spent too long doing this. I'll take the weekend, I'll do some Googles.
Yeah.
Obviously, based on what it is that you said early on in the episode, I might be fed nonsense, yes? So if it is that you have any books that you can basically lend me from your archive, maybe you could dust it off and give it to me. I'll do that over the weekend and come back and hit you up again, yeah? Because it's baffling to me why some black people want to die on this particular hill. And if it's a case where this no longer is the accepted thing, why still are you looking to die on this particular hill just for the cause or just for the plight of saying you want to basically be anti-Semitic? Do you understand?
Do you know what the thing is, Brent? Let me kind of summarize it like this, just to make it kind of easier, right? There's many different schools of thoughts, right, as to how the original Jews existed, how they even became Jews. Different scholars will tell you different things. Some believe, again, I'm not saying Esther believes this, right? But that again, Adam and Eve was created separate to the rest of the population on Earth, and they, God's chosen people. And Abraham came from Ur, the Chaldeans. He traveled through Sumer, Mesopotamia, got to Israel. This, that, and the third. The biblical narrative, Exodus happened. This, that, and the third, right? There's many different schools of thought. There's also school of thought that focuses on the fact that the different exiles occurred in Jewish, Israel, Hebrew history. Now, many different people would have gone to different parts of the world. It's also prophetic, right? So you've got 12 lost tribes of Israel. So this is where this is coming from, where certain prophecies are talking about one day these lost tribes will come back home. You know what I'm saying? But many people are saying, how is it that these lost tribes are these particular people only? You know what I'm saying? So there's many different things. So what I'm trying to basically summarize and say is, you have to look at it from many different perspectives. Ethnic-wise, DNA-wise, prophecy-wise, just migration patterns. There's so many different things. And the reason why people are willing to die on this hill is because they believe in the validity of the Bible, Brent. They believe, again, Elijah Muhammad once said that basically the people in America who have been there for 400 years, that's just the same, that's the prophecy spoken of in Exodus. That what happened there in the Exodus didn't necessarily occur, Brent. It occurred during our time in slavery. That's us that the Bible is talking about. You see what I'm saying? So you've also got so many different perspectives, long story short. You know what I'm saying? And so this is why people are saying, wait a minute, maybe this is the reason why I'm going through this. Maybe this is the reason why this is occurring, because it says it in the Bible. And because it says it in the Bible, the promises, that promised land, the good things, the glory that's going to come afterwards should be ours. You see what I'm saying? This is why, because people stake a lot on religion. They stake a lot on the Bible, on the Quran, on the Torah. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important.
Cool. So provided that all of this is true, and Kanye West knows all of this, is it a bit... What happened?
No, the way it sounded, like you're being sarcastic about Kanye West.
No, I'm creating a scenario where he does, right?
Okay, cool.
Him basically attaching the fact that he is a Jew to the claims that he is making attached to that. Again, they're all powerful and they basically silence the black voice and this, that, and the next. And then he says, how can I be anti-Semitic because I am a Jew?
Yeah.
Does it not kind of deflect from the actual issue of the pain as opposed to them saying you're not true?
The pain of the actual comments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that they're basically telling him to shut up because he's claiming he's Jewish. He's saying he can say whatever he wants, be as abusive and hurtful as he wants because he is he's the original. Yes.
Again, Brent, I get what you're saying. I understand why you hold that view. You know what I'm saying? And I guess we'll never know because nobody has really just come out to say, I am a Hebrew, I am a Jew. And
no,
that's
they do. Remember, we've seen some of the rappers turn.
Shine.
Yeah.
Shine.
They say that.
Yeah, but sorry, that's more Orthodox, like Hasidic, Jews. That's not saying I'm the original Jew, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't really say it. I remember Kendrick said, I'm an Israelite.
Yeah.
I'm not black no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a nicer way of saying it.
Okay, no. I want to let you guys do it.
But to say I'm an original Jew,
Yeah.
you're kind of then saying somebody else is not the original. That person kind of is an imposter. And I think that's where a lot of the angst come from. You know what I'm saying? I think that in addition to the fact that, DEFCON 3 and all the other stuff like Holocaust didn't happen, like, people who say stuff like that are obviously insane, innit? You know what I'm saying? But I think someone like Kyrie, again, I don't know the guy. I'm not willing to die on that hill. But I just feel like someone like him just wanted to put information out there for black people to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
And do you... Sorry, Yusuf, if you want to ask a couple of questions.
No, go on.
Crap. Just escaped.
Give
me a second.
It's gone from my mind,
Give me a
Captain.
second. Give me a second.
But okay, cool. Just to fill in your mental pause, E-Man. So this exchange between Kyrie and the powers that be, right? He's not saying that he's Jewish, as in he's a practicing Jew, is he?
No, I don't believe so.
And if he did, that wouldn't be an issue,
We don't know.
right?
Yeah. But
Because I'm trying to suffice if the dismissal of a black man saying he's Jew is a problem, right? So black people are free to be Jewish, right? But to say that you are the original Jews is where the problem lies.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Because it then says that these guys who claim to be Jews, who are not the original Jews, that means they've taken it from somewhere. Almost. I think that's their thinking.
Do we believe that white Jews embrace black Jews?
No, I don't.
Is that problem addressed or brought up?
Of course, no, not at all. Not at all.
Right,
There's black Jews in Israel right now that suffer crazy discrimination.
So
Crazy.
Jinan just says what makes sense to her is that Yorubas are the original Jews.
There you go. You see? So that's what I'm trying to say. There's so many different...
So what do you think about that?
No, I don't believe you.
No, because she's normally your main proponent. Can you tell us why you don't think that that's correct?
Okay, you know what? There are people out there who believe Yoruba people, again, migrated from somewhere else. If that's what you want to say, we migrated from Israel at that particular time, or from Egypt, South Sudan, fine. Some even say Mecca, right? Fine. My thing is that I don't really care, because as Yoruba people, we are saying this is what we are. What we was before doesn't matter. We are now children of Oduduwa. This is our thing. You know what I'm saying? So the before doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying?
So I take what you're saying, and I like that you're saying that, because you're now saying my reality that I choose is now what it is, yes?
Because our people have decided this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think this kind of harks back to my original point. What puzzles me is why people look to die on this particular hill, where they look to identify as something that is already established as this particular thing, as in Jews saying they're Jewish and only look in a certain way.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because the people that identify don't necessarily, respectfully, have something to hold on to.
Yeah.
Their history has been taken away. Their God has been taken away. Their language has been taken away. Their rituals, their folkways, their mores, every single thing that a established people have, they do not have. So we want something. This is why you get so many people wanting to go back to Africa. This is where we're from. You got other people saying we're going back to Israel.
And
That's
when
where
you
we're
say
from.
these people, you're talking about these
African
black
Americans.
people.
Typically African Americans.
All right.
Yeah.
But not all of them, obviously, because not all of them think this. Most of them actually, well, a lot of them don't actually believe that they are descendants from Africans.
No, you got some of them who believe they're descendants of Native Americans.
That's what I said. Like, not all of them
Yeah,
believe
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
It's such a wild place. But okay, cool. I've talked on this too long.
Yeah.
Again, I'll take the weekend and come back. Not to bore people, but again, just to let you know my findings.
Sorry for taking on people.
Sorry, Esther and Yusuf.
No, I was engaged. I was listening.
But yeah, man. Last thing I guess I'll mention quickly in the reaction is just that Ricky Hatton is returning to the ring.
That was the reaction. God damn.
Yeah.
There's points I even forgot I was in the room sometimes.
Sorry, guys. Yeah,
No, it was good.
He's returned to the ring just for an exhibition fight against Antonio Barrera, November 12th. Yeah, man. So yeah, he said it's going to be an emotional night for him. He used to love the ring walks. He loves fighting, obviously. And yeah, he's training hard, man. He wants to get in there and actually do something. Both of them love fighting.
Ricky.
So yeah, that's it really. So guys, if you're interested in, the older generation who have retired and fighting, this should be one for you.
Sounds like it should be a funny sight. Like
Hopefully
granddad's trying to fight.
Hopefully both of them, end the fight okay. You know what I mean? But yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into the outro, actually. Appreciate you guys for tuning to the show. Shout out to the live crew. Do like the video before you come out of it. Follow us. Subscribe to the channel as well. Follow us on our social media platforms. The day after TNB. If you'd like to send voice notes and text in, send that into 075 6484 1073. If you want to inquire about the show, feature on the show, the team, email them the day after at thenewblack.com. Of course, it's a very special day, Iman's birthday. So basically what we did, so we know we make a lot of jokes, about you being vegan and everything. Like that's going to continue, by the way. It's just, fun. I think we didn't mention it today. We were really good today. Yeah. But we put our little monies together and we basically got you vegan cupcakes.
Hey. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm very surprised.
Why are you surprised? We weren't going to make you eat dairy on your birthday. That's not nice.
Happy
birthday
to you.
New vegan. Okay.
Happy birthday.
People were lying.
I have to make sure. Because Brent's capable.
No, Brent's capable. Imagine Brent changing the
name. Oh, there's more.
In the past.
Okay, but get this, right? I'm here for the fact it's your birthday and everything. I love that. So basically, guys, Brent bought 2 boxes, yeah? So I was like to Brent, only Iman's is vegan, right? Nah. This man got everybody vegan cupcakes.
Yeah, you lot should try it, man.
So I guess because it's Iman's birthday, we have to...
But is it same flavour, it's just vegan ingredients?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if it's the same flavour.
I think
because I think the eggs
guys,
and stuff adds a little oomph to the eggs, to the cakes.
I think you guys should try it on air.
On air?
That's right.
Oh man, a little
Yeah, I
taste
think you
test.
should.
All right.
You
Yo, ask for this content.
Damn,
Hey.
Brent.
Brent is ready.
Yo, this is Brent gave me. This is crazy.
Can they see what's inside? Look at these.
Yeah, they can see it.
Can you see it?
What's that? Biscoff? What's that?
Also, where the cupcakes from? I put in the community. They're not paying
Oh,
us.
you gave me the fruit ones, but
Good. Try it.
the fruit
I'm
flavors.
seeing a pistachio.
Right.
Okay, red velvet and that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Esther, do you want one?
I mean, you guys put me on the spot. Yeah, I suppose.
May God enrich your pockets. people.
Amen.
The true and living black God.
I'm gonna struggle. This is. Do you know what? Yo, the cupcakes look pale.
Huh?
This one's better.
No, but you can take one anyway, innit?
No.
No? Oh.
I said no.
Sorry.
The cupcakes look pale.
All right, let's do a taste test.
Let's do a
Okay,
taster.
taste test. But are you doing taste test?
No, I'm alright. They can't see me.
Yeah, but still
Last
taste
question.
it.
Was there something else in the bag? It smells like food, man.
It was in the fridge.
Oh. Okay. I think I can smell food.
What, that jerk?
Yeah,
I'm
something.
joking.
All right, this is a passion fruit. I can say.
Yeah, I've got a strawberry one.
Okay. Drum rolls.
It's like normal cake to me.
Normal nice cake.
Just say that cake.
But nice cake.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay. So we have one
It's nice, isn't it?
one person saying amazing.
Do you know what it is, yeah? It does,
Okay.
it tastes
You can
like...
see your face. You know you like it.
Nah, no, let me
I
land the
can
point.
taste Brent's fridge as well, the seasoning. You can taste it.
Yeah.
Do you know what it tastes like, I know that key ingredients are missing.
Yeah.
So it's got like a taste of like nothingness to it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
No, it's nice. It is.
It's just-
it is void of that flavor.
The animal.
for sure. But it's not bad. It's not bad though.
It's void of a potential cardiac arrest.
No, it's not.
Void of something. though.
Hella unhealthy vegans out in the
It's
streets.
void of
Hella
cancer.
unhealthy vegans. No, yeah, I can taste there's something, there's like a nothingness to it. It is nice though.
A
But when I
freeing-
reach...
a free and nothingness.
No, I didn't say all that. But, but when I go to the cupcake shop, I'm not going to reach for that. To be fair, I am lactose intolerant, so maybe...
This is the way forward.
Actually, but there's no milk in it. It's egg. I'm good with eggs. There's no
Yeah,
milk
but-
in in cakes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a shame because I was gonna make everyone a cake, so you can't have any when I make. I'm not making a vegan one.
You can.
The cost of living crisis. You talk about the energy cost all the
Less
time.
ingredients.
You're actually ridiculous. You're very ridiculous.
Can we put the camera on Yusuf? He's enjoying this vegan cake.
You seem like a thief.
Vegan. He's the next vegan in there.
You're actually like a thief.
Oh,
No, I'm
man.
actually screaming. I'm screaming. But no, yeah, it is nice. It's just not my sometimes I don't want to admit it. No. It's nice. I just don't want to, it's just not my. It wouldn't be my go-to. But we did it for you, Iman. I hope you appreciate that because
I really do, man.
yeah.
I really do. I've had many birthdays. The black man is the original man.
You're gonna tell people, okay. What's
What,
your problem?
my
Why can't you
age?
say black man's original man?
No, because it's important to know the black man has no birth record. We've been here before Alpha. We'll be here after the Omega.
Amen.
And
So
in this particular vessel,
yeah.
I'm 28 again, and I love it.
28?
again. Yeah, I love it.
Maybe you should choke on his raspberry. Okay, all right. If that's your story and you're sticking to it,
Hey,
if you like it, I love it.
my age is fluid. We gonna get locked off.
I'm actually done. But
Cheers,
no,
okay, I was definitely starving. That's my first meal of the day.
you didn't think she was gonna go on this long, did you?
My first meal
I
still.
came here yesterday. Iman came. I should have known actually she was gonna go this long.
Why?
Because when Iman came in, he said, "Oh, you don't only record for like
Hour
our fair yesterday." I said, "Yeah."
He sighed and he shook his head.
Are you excited?
He said, "That's his business." Yeah, and then today, 3.5 hours later, this is
This
ridiculous.
is a 3.5 hour episode.
Bro,
Yeah,
we
man.
started at 8 a.m.
This is a special limited edition.
It's very
Right,
limited because not
11:30.
happening again.
What was
Very limited.
what was the long segment that took us over the edge?
Ooh, I'm about to say
'Cause
something mad.
Nothing
Drake
felt
and,
nothing felt particularly long.
Yeah, Drake
That's
and
true.
Meg, because we
Yeah.
wanted to fight me over Meg.
I blame Esther.
I don't blame me.
Oh yeah, it was the Meg thing. Yeah, it was the Drake and Meg thing. Yeah.
I blame the people. I blame anyway. Let me not do this. you know what it is? Okay, do you know what it is about the comments here? Like, I love the comments forever, yeah, but sometimes people catch you on the wrong day, and I was silent here, yeah. But when I tell you, like, I was silent and praying because the things on my lips to say.
And you were tweeting about that you wanted Puff Puff. I see you.
Yeah, I was screaming puff puff while I was singing. I'm gonna get some of my way home. But no, man. Yeah, as always, we appreciate you guys. Mark's in here today on Other Business, and everyone be back here on Monday. We've got a surprise for you. Keep an eye on our socials. That's all I can say. Keep an eye on our socials the day after TNB, and have a nice weekend. And Monday we go again.
We go.